Howdy.
Good evening, everyone. It's Sunday, it's the end of the week. You know what that means by this point. You know that means we're tuning in to some more good old Warframe. Welcome in, one and all. I hope you're having a wonderful day where you are around the world. Starting with straight away, Ed, thank you very much for resubscribing at Tier 1. On to 6 months now. You got that lovely golden badge to go with it, Ed. Appreciate you. Thank you very much on that. Cheers indeed. And a Raptor.
Happy Sunday all.
Happy Sunday indeed. Raptor now on to 15 months. That is one hell of a sub streak you got going there as well. 14 months on the trot. Raptor, another legend in the channel right here. Thank you very much, my dude. Really appreciate both of you on that. What a way to start the stream. You guys are awesome. Hello there, F-King. Hello, Elliot. Hello, Vlad. Hello, Vander Stevens. Hello, Moon. Hello, Ladybug. Hello, Meister Malone. Hello there. Emmanuel Sleepwalker. Hello, Gorilla. Hello, Max and Madge. Hello, Hasty Burst. How's everyone doing? I think I've missed some names in there. There's Solid Fox. Hello, Sab. Hello, Mythic Spirit. I got... Nope, True Pure Gold. We got Garuga here. We got Brother Oni, who's also having a look at all the commands. And there we are. Now I think I might have caught up with all the names there. Hello, everyone. Nope, there's another one. The long shot frame as well. Hello there. Welcome in, everyone. So yes, we got Citrine here. I've gone for the old helmet. I've gone for some... I wouldn't say this is quite bronze as the accent colour, but it's close. It's quite, is it brass? It's kind of a brassier colour. So I've gone for, obviously, the black, which just works very well on the legs. So we've gone for the black as the main colour. We've got the bronze or brass accents. We've got the pure white crystals for the centre there. And I think it works quite nicely. I think it works quite well. Elder Slenderman, cheers. But yes, indeed, we've got Muggety, Kraken, we've got this beautiful prismatic frame, and of course, we've got ourselves a wonderfully long stream to get Kraken on with. Now, is it me, or is this looking a little bit small today? Where's everything else gone? Where's all the events? I can see over the top of this now. This is kind of weird looking. I don't know if I like it that quiet in the system. Anyhow, I say, hey man, how's it going? Big fan for YouTube. Well, welcome on in. Glad you've been enjoying YouTube enough to check out here on Twitch too. Chaotic saying, what's your opinion on the new melee, and have you got a build you like? I haven't had much time to actually use it so far. I was focused on doing the simulations for how long it takes to actually get everything. So as you see, it's only rank 2 at the moment. I've barely had chance to try and use this thing. One thing I will say though is that black energy on it doesn't work. That was a bit confusing. I copied the black energy over from Citrine and yeah. I couldn't tell what the hell I was doing, so let's quickly switch that over to a brighter energy colour there. Whilst I'm at it, I'm gonna try Citrine with having a bit of an energy colour now. Let's go for the orange as well. Roll bright orange. But in any case, first things first though, before we do crack on with focusing too much on trying to make Citrine work, I do want to get going on with today's sortie. We have got here a guy, shut up. We've got an interception with enemy elemental enhancement, we've got a mobile defense with electromagnetic anomalies, and then a simple old rescue, enemy physical enhancement. I think Max and Madge wants to join in on the sortie, or they just want to tell me their keyboard works again. I'm assuming you want to join the sortie, so I'll send you an invite on that all the same. But if you also would like to join in on today's sortie, send me a message in game, The Engineer. I'll bring you on into the squad, and we'll take you from there. You got to be very quick, though, because usually those spaces do go. And there's Witherfang already on it as well. There we go. And that is Gruger. There we are. That's a full squad. That is a full squad. And when I say you have to be quick on it, you have to be quick on it. That is a full squad right there. Now, so far on the modding on these, I haven't really done a whole lot with them. I mean, I've not even leveled them, so, you know, kind of got a process to go. One thing I do notice is that the Stephalos has a pretty low crit chance at only 14% there. Now, obviously, you can buff up crit chances by a variety of means, but even with a critical chance mod, like critical deceleration, that's not going to make it all that much higher. Like, 42% is nice and all, but is it really worth it, is the consideration compared to, say, something like fire rate? I've yet to do the numbers on that. It might end up working out overall, but yeah, we'll have to see. It could work, but it's a little bit shaky on that. The other thing is, though, is that Citrine with Crystallize can give you crit chance directly if you shoot the right bits, so maybe we don't need to do that. We'll see. Seems more of a status hybrid weapon. It does seem that way so far, doesn't it? Yeah. Seem that way. Zon saying, again, sadly can't join today, have stuff to do and don't feel great anyways. I'm concerned about a 4. Mostly the gaining damage versus headshots seems relatively marginal. It does seem to be that way, doesn't it, Zon? We'll look into the numbers more carefully, but it does seem along that way, doesn't it? In any case, I hope you're feeling better soon there, Zon. Alright. Let's get ourselves cracking. We got a full squad. We've got 3 mugs of tea and a cow. It looks like. Is that a cow? Looks like.
Just something. Got Zyphus fuselage, 0.50% drop chance. What a pain.
It is a bit of a pain when you're farming that yourself there, but hey, you've managed to get it, so Desert Fox, thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime onto that lovely bronze badge there, and congrats on getting the Zyphos piece. Cheers. Appreciate it, my dude. Welcome on in. Alright, let's get this sortie underway, shall we? I think I have a generalized loadout on my Citrine. I hope I do. We're about to find out. Do I have mods? Don't I have mods? We're going to find out the hard way. Just give myself a bit of an idea. Oh, it looks like it's modded. Okay, cool. Hopefully that's not a random stupid testing build, because I didn't remember to check the mods on her. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed this is a build that actually tries to get something done. We'll see. If it goes wrong, you get to laugh at me. Hello, Moondog. How are you doing today?
Crucial enemy intelligence. Capture the towers and decode any incoming messages.
That does not feel good. There is work to be done on that build. That travels so slowly. Ugh. Yeah, that's going to be one for the galvanized approach. Oh god, I told you I was going to die. Didn't even remember to stick on my what do you call it? Damage reduction ability. Yeah, gonna have to really think about this one. Oh, that's it. We'll have to see how I feel about that. Gonna have to see on that one. Alright. Capture the location. I also noticed I don't have my companion equipped. That'll be part of why I died so quickly. I did not have the bonus shield life, as it were. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try out it fully leveled and whatnot, but I'm not feeling good about this shotgun so far. Like, it's got quite a few mods in it. Where's the damage output? Where is the damage output? I've already run out of shotgun shots. That... I know that it's not been forward or anything, but this is a sortie. Where's my damage output? That is a grave concern right there. We'll see. I mean, I don't know if I had a any kind of arcane on it, Probably not, which will make it even weaker still, but that was a bit concerning. I mean, for comparison's sake, this is the laser beam. Lasers can go rural. The laser just kills things. Yeah, I wish I remembered to equip a companion. No one uses enemy radar. I have no idea what the enemies are. We got 2 people using physique. Ooh. I'll be honest with you. As far as as far as auras go, physique is pretty terrible. Like, it's really terrible. I'm flying. What's my PC build? I think the command is specs. It should just be specs. Exclamation mark specs, and the bot will tell you what I got, because I don't remember. We'll pop this here. That'll send out some chromatic damage. Help us out a bit. Was it the extra health one? Yeah, physique gives you a little bit of extra health. Not a lot, a little bit. Because the regen aura is rejuvenation. Physique is 90%, I think. Just 90%. Which, sure, if you've not got a health mod equipped, it's still less than what you get from just leveling up your Warframe, to be honest now. It's pretty poor. Vitality is 440%, so 2 physiques at 180 is less than half of a single vitality mod. I cannot be impressed with an aura of that scale. You consider that rejuvenation will usually out-heal that over the course of like 30 seconds of a mission. It's just the mod if you've only got that depolarity aura. Yeah, there's other depolarity auras you can get though, is the point. Or 4 people run physique. If all 4 people run physique, you have 360% health bonus. That is still less than vitality. That's how bad it is. Compare that to corrosive projection, minus 18% armor on the enemies. You stack 4 of those, you're at minus 72%. That is almost as strong as a full stack of corrosive procs. I think it's like 9 corrosive procs equivalent. Versus, hey, here's less than a single health mod. Steel Charge. Steel Charge has a place because certain abilities can use that in ways that you can't mod for. So there is a bit of a place for Steel Charge, and it also gives a lot more capacity than other auras. So it has a niche in that regard. A niche. Even though it's still not normally amazing. Oh dear. We shouldn't just face tank that. Yeah, Steel Charge gets somewhere. The physique aura, it just doesn't. Physique comes across as an aura for newer players to give them something, but you quickly shift off of it. Basically just, nah. I'm sure some people intentionally use it on a build over other options. I can't say that they have a good reason. They'll have a reason, but not a good one. And that's really long and short of it when it comes to, physique. Yeah, Steel Charge is usually more about capacity, yeah. You can use it for the melee damage bonus, and it is capable of doing so, but normally that's not a concern. With all that screen crap, I can actually see where the crystals are planted. We should be nearly about done with this mission, if not... Yeah, we're about 30% to go. Feeling time-wise, we're closing in. Yeah, looking at how easily I am killing some of these enemies with my laser beam, that's just making the shotgun feel even worse, not gonna lie. That is making the shotgun feel worse. Like, it's not that much damage to kill them. I do like that you get the crystal growths on units with overguard, even if it doesn't stop them moving. You don't get the crowd control, but you do get the damage bonus. Well, if you aim correctly. Z pushes your Valkyrie over 2k. Yeah, but Gruger, you are a very unique individual in your approach to modding for both Valkyrie and literally anything else, which has been covered extensively both on this channel and over on the Discord. Your use of physique is due to your unique build design. It is nothing to do with it being actually a meta slot. Which point's better? Pressure point, I believe, is plus 90% pure damage on melee. Steel charge will give you 60%, but you can have multiple steel charges from multiple players in a squad, so kind of balances out. Alright then, before we dive into the next mission, let's just compare the numbers here, shall we? The Stevlos apparently has a damage output with this multi-shot of 5,253, whereas my observed laser beam only has 574. But it has a guaranteed crit, so that brings it up per shot to... Wow, when you take into account the orange crit chance as well, it's around about 5 times. Which would bring this up to, what's that? 25, 20, about 2,800-ish, I want to say? 27? Somewhere around there. But it's got a fire rate of 12. And this one here, it's got a fire rate at 5.7, so it's not nothing. So this shotgun should feel better than it did there. Aside from the fact that the kit gun's also going to be putting out viral procs like no one's business. This is not no other setup. And I had this set up for a radiation toxin so that it can deal with both the Grenier and the Corpus, because I was on mirror defense. Yeah. Do I run a Riven on this weapon? I don't remember. Do I? Yes, I do. Yes. So I've got multi-shot and damage on there as a bonus. It works out. Fall off. The fall off on this 860 is the stuff that's 8 meters away should still be taking full damage. Not to mention that this the projectile continues traveling further when you hit enemies with it. So projectile's duration increases when it hits an enemy, and when Citrine fires a Stevlos, its projectile speed increases. So that fall off is probably modified by that feature, but that would need checking. That would need checking as well. Nice rolls on the Riven. I mean, 25 rolls to get to just multi-shot damage is not an amazing result, no. It's not an amazing result. Yeah, let's compare the Stevlos here to the Archiplasmor. That does feel like a direct competitor, doesn't it? Tenet Archiplasmor here. Wow. Wow. Stevlos has triple the fire rate, so you got to bear that in mind with the rest of the details that you see here. But the Tenet Archiplasmor has higher ammo max, higher ammo pickup, smaller magazine granted, and a longer reload, and much worse fire rate. But its crit chance is higher, although lower crit multiplier. Got even higher status chance, and that damage jump. And that's before the bonus is taken into account, and I have one of the worst bonuses as well. But that is just the base damage before the damage bonus. So you can add on another 25% to that. That's quite a difference. Compare it to normal Archiplasmor. True, we can compare it there as well. Normal Archiplasmor has a terrible crit multiplier in comparison, but it's still got the higher crit chance, higher status chance, higher base damage, but reduced fire rate. So yeah, Stephalos, you gotta be pumping out those shots. The Stephalos also has a slightly lower range, but as soon as you're hitting enemies, that range is fixed. The ammo pickup on the Archiplasmor is lower though. But then again, the Stephalos is firing more shots, so it's still going to be less ammo efficient. Which is what I experienced there. The ammo did just straight up run out. And given that the ammo straight up ran out, that makes a competition here on this extra slot between Galvanized Acceleration and Vigilante Supplies, or some other means of mutating ammo. That is a bit painful. Not gonna lie, that is a bit painful. Now, granted, this modding here is not stellar. We've got just fire rate, pure damage, multi-shot, and then elements to try and make the elemental setup happen, but yeah. If Stephalos is Dollar Tree Plasmor, it's got a different approach to it, but yeah. It's still a bit, And besides, anyone who's saying that it's not fair to compare it to the Tenet Archiplasmor, granted, given the acquisition level, or just general level of it, we'd probably put the Stephalos a lower tier weapon, but it's more, you know, here's a brand new weapon, why should we care about it? Because it's not the fastest weapon to get, it's Mastery Rank 8. So this Mastery Rank is competing with the Fulmin. This is competing with the Fulmin. Bear in mind the Fulmin on its shotgun mode deals, I think, 500 damage per shot? Yeah, see, we got 40% crit, 2.2 multiplier, 320 damage, fire rate 3. The Fulmin, here we go. Fire rate is a little bit lower, so it's 2.17 instead of the 3. But the crit chance is much higher, same crit multiplier, status is about the same, and the damage is higher. And the fall off is slightly higher, and you don't have ammo issues because it recharges. And the Fulmin, you just buy the blueprint from the market for credits. Compared to the Stephalos, which you have to go farm for, but not a tiny amount of time. And the Fulmin can change mode. And the Fulmin is silent. You know, how many more things do I need to give you here? Now, granted, the Fulmin has 6 shots in its magazine rather than 12, because you fire 10 ammo per shot in shotgun mode. But it's still firing them slower. It recharges to full in 3 seconds, because you got 1 second delay, then 2 second charge time, so it is a slightly longer reload. Lower status, quite a bit lower actually, but much better on the crits. Higher damage output there. Biggest thing to me is this ammo efficiency. I'll be honest, the Fulmin is strong, and the Stephalos isn't that far behind, so you'd imagine the Stephalos should be able to manage here. But it didn't seem to manage. Yeah, it just didn't seem to manage. And it's got that ammo issue. That's a bit yikes. Does the Fulmin recharge in the same time, even if you mod it for extra magazine capacity? No, the Fulmin recharge is it's 30 ammo per second once it starts to recharge. Hence, it takes 3 seconds to recharge. That is 1 second delay, 2 seconds of charge time. But if you have a larger magazine, it will take comparatively longer to recharge. Fulmin has no competition in the category. I mean, it could have had competition, but we'll look at the details here and trying to figure out if this one is the competition. And so far, I don't have a good feeling about this. That drop in crit chance is absolutely astounding. Because to go down from 30% to 14% for the Stephalos there, that is terrible for trying to do critical damage. Terrible. Can't always have new stuff being better than old stuff. It's not about comparing old to new, it's about comparing tier. It's about comparing where they've placed in the game. They've placed the Stephalos at the same mastery rank as the Foreman, so already it's a good comparison to make. The Foreman, you purchase the blueprint from the market for credits. The Stephalos, you have to go through farming a mission on Deimos. After completing the Heart of Deimos quest, you need to farm it enough to get hold of the blueprint and the 3 parts, or get the fragments to purchase whichever bits you've not got hold of, to then construct it. And yes, the farm is leveled around 2/3 of the way through the star chart. As I mentioned in the video, it's not a Mars tier mission, it is a Uranus-Neptune tier mission. So there's quite a bit to it there. The Stephalos gimmick is that it shoots further if it hit enemies along the way. The Foreman gimmick is it's both shotgun and rifle. It is silent in the shotgun mode. It is completely without ammo worries whatsoever. Out of the 2 gimmicks, the Stephalos is standing ahead a bit. Foreman also has infinite body punch through. True, there is that. Yeah, the Foreman also has infinite body punch through. I'm happy comparing the 2 there as shotguns because they act in a similar fashion to full body punch through. But yeah. I'm trying to figure out what's the Stephalos supposed to be then. So as we're focusing more on the fire rate and status as a weapon, you would expect to want to apply more status effects. But I've got it modded for fire rate so far. That brings us up to 5.7. Let's change these up here. Let's change it like this. See, with a triple status mod, where are we at so far? In fact, what if I go for... Yeah, if I go for viral instead. Just go meta approach for the moment. So we'll take out you. We'll put it in... There it is. This one here. And then that gives me room as well to use Galvanized Savvy. Because it's a projectile, that should be multiplicative, is my assumption. Is the Foreman not an advantage able to use rifle mods rather than shotgun mods? It is, but we are still able to compare them. Because again, level, acquisition methods. Still a comparison to make. We could just compare it to worse stuff, but why compare it to worse stuff when the Foreman is not the best primary weapon in the game for killing? It's simply not. It is an all-rounder. It is very effective. But when you compare the Foreman to the Tenet Envoy, or when you compare the Foreman to taking down bosses like using a sniper with Rubico, when you compare the Foreman to something like potentially the Fenwar, the Kuva Brammer, or the Kuva Heck, or the Nataruk, or the Felarx, or the Cedo, or the Kuva Tsar, Foreman is a good weapon, don't get me wrong, it's a solid A tier, but the level at which S tier is defined has grown beyond the Foreman. It is not unfair to compare things to the Foreman when they are the same level and take longer to get. You have to put that into mind. How many resources does it take to get to the Foreman to Steel Path level? It's taken a lot to invest in it. It takes quite a bit to invest into the Foreman. This works at Steel Path level. Very powerfully so. Internal Bleeding is doing some solid work here. We got the viral application. To say this has lower status than the Stephalos, 48% still absolutely cracks through them. We've got multiplicative damage and additive damage bonuses, and it still slaps through. So, Stephalos. Because if I don't build this for crits, we're going to struggle to meet the damage outputs. We want the status. The status here, even when we get this all the way up, that's going to give us a multi-shot of 3.3. So we're looking at, what's that? Isn't that like just 2 status procs per shot? My head's a little bit slow today, but yeah, no, that's about 2 status procs per shot. That's That's not great. That's using 2 galvanized mods and 2 status mods. As I say as well, if we're not using the projectile extension on this, that's going to feel a bit naff. Ammo consumption is an absolute monster on this one so far, and the more we mod for fire rate to try and get the most out of the status per second, the more we're going to burn through ammo. I don't feel great. We're going to keep trying to use it, we're going to keep trying to make the Steph loss better, but it does not feel great right now. We'll see how that turns out. We'll see how it turns out, because, again, I'm still taking into account just how much effort it takes to get it compared to other stuff at the tier. Now, as for Citrine, I don't think I need to make any changes to the build so far, at least as a general. Let's get through the sortie and see how we feel from there. Yeah, happy to stay this one where we are for now. Put on my companion. Thank you, Longshot Frame. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. There we are. That'll at least help the ammo concerned a little bit. You know, if I've got ammo case on there. Can't remember if I have. Let's do our mobile defense. I mean, you don't always have to be funny about it, Mythic. So what's in your art? Isn't the crit multiplier 1.8 still worse for using with Citrine's 4? Crit multiplier on Steph-Loss. I thought it was 2.2. Ladybug, type in this following phrase. What did I miss? I want to see if this works. Type in what did I miss?
Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you.
There is a sanctuary
Boom.
target here, Hunter. I sense it. Track it with the synthesis scanner. Don't let it escape.
A couple people ask from time to time, what did I miss? So that's my answer. Find out. It's got a cooldown on it, Vlad.
Yeah, I doubt I'm going to beat the lettuce tea message from a while ago.
I mean, fair enough. Mythic Spirit, thank you very much for resubscribing on to 6 months, my dude. Really do appreciate it. Welcome to having a gold badge on the channel here. Cheers. So, guy for having dinner? Oh, I'm not going to sue you or anything. It's just, do you really think I'm going to rewind the stream for you? Or recover everything that I've been covering and get all other people watching to sit through the same thing again? When instead I can just tell you, look, if you're that interested, go and watch the replay. They have a replay channel. We have the VODs here on Twitch. I do not like this gun. I don't think I'm going to like this gun. It just feels lumbering. Despite its rate of fire. Kind of feels weird. You love the visual? I'm not sold on it. Also, how short is that projectile? If it doesn't touch anything, it just stops.
Keep moving.
I can't get happy about it.
Find one and patch me.
Does the projectile get larger with fulmination? It wouldn't, no. Fulmination applies to radial attacks, not width of projectiles. This is bouncing it off. This is bouncing it off. Are you... Whatever. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. Let's reload. No, I can't get excited about this weapon. I don't think it's going to be one I'm going to be using into the future. Use operator to pop the bubbles? Good point, yeah, I can do that. That is indeed a thing that we can do. The amount of ammo I am spending here for Something that the foreman can do just better, quite frankly.
Area completed. Move on.
Okay, why can't I fire? Thank you. It just wasn't firing for a moment there. It was just walking. Yeah, I'm not sold on this. I'm not sold on this. Activate that, send that out. I can't be able to go get that. Why am I? Oh, bloody hell! That thing grabbed me. Also not helpful. You have to get so close to at least one enemy to make it travel. Because if it does hit one of them, it does go a distance. It seems to, like, double the distance or something. But if you don't hit an enemy with it in that close range, it just stops.
Any of y'all see the feeds light up? It's going down, kids.
Sorry, English only in the channel, please. That is a part of the rule here on this Twitch channel. I do not speak other languages. I certainly cannot moderate other languages, so if you post in another language, you will have your message deleted.
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
Tab, on the one hand, yes, the Foreman does have more mods on it. On the other hand, you've got to remember, this still has 6 mods on it already, including galvanized mods, and it's against the second level of the sortie, whereas the Foreman works against the steel path. And there is a certain quality of life feeling. The Foreman doesn't have to build up range to be able to hit. This one doesn't even seem to start at its minimum range. It ends there. Look how short that shot is. It doesn't even reach the door. It doesn't reach the door from that spot. I just... I get the gimmick of it going further once it's hit an enemy, but if it can't hit an enemy in the first place before they've run into your face, I'm trying to see if I can get it to work. I'm just not liking it so far. We'll have to see, we'll have to see. Alright, let me check what I've got on the melee build so far, and then roll with that a little bit. Okay, yeah, just basic heavy attack approach so far. Wind up speed. Sacrificial set because heavy attacks, love them. Crit damage added on even more. A little bit of elemental, a little bit of attack speed. I mean, just for leveling it, that'll do. Does the gun sight have a long range? Good question. Does it show the range on the heavy attack on here? Fall off 15 to 30. Yes. Yes, it does. Fall off 15 to 30 on the projectile of the Corofel heavy attack, whereas the Steph is 8 to 16. So the Corofel, the melee weapon's heavy attack, has nearly double the range of the shotgun. That... Very good question, Andrew. Very good question. Not a good answer. Some say, one thing I wanted to share, the new mode got me playing Titania again, recently shifted stuff around, did a full strip pillage build, works amazingly well. No, fair do, fair do. Also makes Arcane Pestilier more consistently proc, helping our ammo problem. Yeah. And I see you requested Titania for this third and final mission of the sortie, so let's grab that. Let's grab ourselves Titania as we go into this third and final sortie mission. I'm going to get the prediction up as well. Which reward do y'all think we're going to get from this mission? Is it going to be a NASA sculpture? Is it going to be a ribbon, booster, or something else entirely? Use your blue spanners at the bottom of the chat window there. Make your predictions if you're right, or you're going to be getting back a bunch, I'm sure of it. Throw them in there, why not? I'm seeing 10s at a time being thrown in. Come on, chat, you can do better than that. There we are, 400 on Legendary Core. I mean, it's an interesting place to put it, but that's a little bit better.
This is a
4K on the NASA. There we go. Now people are invested.
before any harm comes to
Now it's getting interesting. And I'm just going to fly through the mission because Titania. Zommask, we move. And we're there. We're there. Inara's Pocket Sand has the same range as Stephalos. Oof. Ooh.
enemy is on high alert. The moment you enter the
Oh dear.
holding area, they'll trigger the execution sequence. Rescue the hostage before it finishes. Hurry up.
Bop our way
You are
over
running
here.
out of time.
Grab that. I'm being shot at. What the hell killed me? Oh, they've got toxin enhance or something, haven't they? Thank you. I just blew up. Did not pay attention to the fact that I would be killed that quickly. That was my bad. I was too busy focused on the flight. No, don't put friendship doors in. No, we've already had a friendship door this mission. No. And it's right at the end as well. That. Wow. Wow. As I'm saying, supposedly the Corofella's bug doesn't receive the heavy attack multiplier. Oh, that's fun. That's fun, isn't it? Goodbye, your spanners. Witherfang, how could you be upset about your spanners right now? How could you be upset about your spanners right now? You're in the mission with us. Of all the first comments someone can give on that. Well, would you look at that? Legendary Core. On a sortie, they actually happen. I don't think I'll be selecting this for a genuine reason. It looks like only Gorilla with a Glock expected this to happen today. And I don't think even you did you, Gorilla? Let's be honest now. The one time Zom's not in the sortie. True. Ooh, that's... Ooh. Oh, that's unfortunate, Zom. The one time you're not here. Wow. That's what a Legendary Core looks like? It is indeed. It is indeed. So, choosing the outcome here, scrolling all the way down to the bottom. Option number 10, Legendary Core. That's what happened. 34,000 channel points goes to Gorilla, who only gambled 400. I mean... There were 5 winners in this mission, but the 4 of us here in Gorilla. Wow. You just followed and get a call. I mean, thank you very much for giving me your good luck there. But I appreciate it. That's a win right there.
Thanks once again to @Ted3MonEmperor0R for my sub gift. The big one, Zero. Can you believe it? I can't. Also legendary core hype. Good job, Ken.
Space Cadet, thank you very much for a continuous subscription there from Demon Emperor, I suppose. Thank you, Demon Emperor, for giving Space Cadet such a long, such a long gifted sub right there. 6-month gifted. It's quite the gift to have gotten there. So popping into 5 months on that one. And Gorilla, of course, using those 34,000 spanners for the best of things. Immediately bringing in the sound alert there. Alrighty, Legendary Core? I wonder, chat. Should I mean, I did just pick up a Lingering Torment mod. Do I have a fully ranked Lingering... I don't have a fully ranked Lingering Torment mod, chat. So, you know, I could max rank Lingering Torment right now. It'd be easy to do. you sure, please? Are you sure, guys? You don't want me to max rank a mod? The very thing a legendary core is designed to do. You don't want me to max rank the mod I just picked up in that same mission as well. You really sure I don't want to be max ranking that?
You have excellent taste.
Use it.
And I'm like, thank you very much for 1,000 bits. Clearly the voice of reason. Save it for something valuable? I mean, do you think a shotgun mod is not valuable? Status duration? To go with the signature weapon of the frame that enhances your status duration? Upgrade it 1 from max? You can't use a legendary core to get it to 1 from max, but I could take Lingering Torment here. And I could rank it up to 1 from max normally. And then I could do that. I could do that now. Just a single remaining pip on Lingering Torment. Now, all of you who think I might possibly do this, you're forgetting what channel you're on. We're all about solving practical problems here. Every single one of you that thought this was going to happen, my god, you actually have that little faith in me. Come on. We solve practical problems here. We don't use legendary cores on Lingering Torment. We don't do that here. No. I'm also about being a bastard sometimes. Well, I do it occasionally. No. Occasionally. I've done like stuff like this in the past. What have I done on this tier in the past? What have I done in the past on the level of using a legendary core on Lingering Torment? What have I done in the past to qualify such an accusation? Name one situation where I've done that. Aside from Urali. That wasn't my fault, Gorilla. I do not take any responsibility for Urali. No. No, Urali, no. Okay, this is not my fault. This here is not my fault. Okay, this specifically says it is your fault, chat. This is not my fault. Okay? I will not take any responsibility for a triple Umbral Urali. That is not on me whatsoever, okay? Adam Malik is definitely one of the people to blame here. So no. Answer. Fairy Grendel is not a troll. Fairy Grendel is not in any way a horrible thing. Fairy Grendel is a beast of magnificence, and you know it. You know that Fairy Grendel is something magnificent, so don't even come out with me with that, Space Cadet. Fairy Grendel is the pinnacle of fashion. Pink Revenant, that was randomized. That's Dee's fault, not mine. This wasn't randomized. So no. No, I think, chat, you are slandering me, okay? I think you are slandering me. Fairy Grendel is amazing. I didn't create Revenant Pride. That was Dee's randomized button, not my fault. And likewise, Umbral Urali is your fault, chat, not mine. So no, I am absolved. I am clear of sin here. Was that an open mod slot on Urali? There was probably an open Exilus slot, yeah. Yeah, open Exilus slot. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. I chose to keep Revenant Pride. I could have cast it away. Why would I get rid of that? You know, we got normal Revenant Prime that everyone knows and understands. Why would I get rid of Dee's own creation of Revenant Pride? Snowflakes and all. Why would I get rid of that? Dee's randomized button worked hard on making this real. Yeah. Why would I get rid of that? I don't see any reason to get rid of that. We've somehow found something worse than Megan's fashion. You know what? That's a bloody compliment right there. Thank you. That is a compliment. Anyway, we don't want Lavos right now. As much as I do want Lavos right now, we don't want Lavos right now. We want Citrine. Stop calling it Revenant Pride to make it sound homophobic. How can I possibly be homophobic after 4 boyfriends? Ladybug, riddle me that one. Have I checked out the new augments yet? I haven't really looked into their applicators yet, no. What gives that effect on Revenant? Frostfall Ephemera, I want to say? Yeah, the thing is, Ladybug, is that other people don't know. When you make really personalized in-jokes, people have to kind of need to know what you're saying, first of all. Because a lot of people here don't have that information, do they? Maybe all those boyfriends are so terrible they turn me straight? No, brother, only no. Couple could have done better. One of them was just a prick. One of them was actually a real nice guy. Shame about that, but hey-ho. Anywho, enough about me. More about Citrine and her weapons. So with Citrine's build at the moment, this is just kind of throwing things together. Natural talent is pretty much a requirement on Citrine. Her abilities are not the quickest to cast, so going without natural talent, I think, is a problem on her. The natural talent is definitely a pickup. Rolling Guard is a nice general defense, because she doesn't have a status cleanse on her. We get a decent amount of damage reduction from this, at least when you got a weapon that's designed to kill. Natural talent, use the amber shards. Yeah, I could use the amber shards, absolutely, but I'm looking at this first from a perspective without the amber shards, and then build it from there, because you have to remember Citrine is available before Archon Hunts unlock. So I do want to have a look as to building her without that in mind, and then take it from there. I mean, technically you can get Citrine as early as just completing the Heart of Deimos quest, which is really early game. It's just, it's a lot of farming, and also the level is more early game, not very early. Basic build without formers? Yeah, this is a 0 former build. This fits completely without former so far, which is surprising, to be quite honest. Dash polarity here, having a D and B polarity there, that's pretty nice for a starting no former setup, yeah. Granted, I'm using Energize. This is not... I can't argue natural talent if I also have Energize. I'll take that back a bit. That is not new player friendly whatsoever now, is it? Arcane Consequence is more new player friendly. I know it's still an Arcane from Eidolons, but you can pick that up for a pittance. This is a little bit more expensive. This doesn't cost as much as a frame. This costs as much as half an arsenal at that level. Added jump efficiency is fine. Yeah, we'll drop that for now. We'll drop that for now, just to get an idea as to how it feels with just that Arcane in. Use Equilibrium, you don't need efficiency in your Energize. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. In fact... Yeah, I think I have... Ooh, if I can spell it correctly. I think I do have a rank 10 one. There we go. Let's give that a whirl. That can work in our favour, can't it? Lave, cheers. Don't worry about Night D. Most people will go dry most of their runs before getting Citrine or weapons, because the drop rates are quite heavily tuned in favour of making the token system work. So the tokens, the fragments you use with Otak's shop are definitely going to be a big deal for that entire farm. That's for most people. If you don't need to use Otak's shop for something, that's actually very lucky. Just the way it works out. Alright then, so what more can we do with this one? We got a little bit of extra range here on stretch, because a little bit of extra range benefits the range on this. It benefits the... Well, it doesn't benefit that one though. It benefits the range on this one, and it benefits the range on that one. So all three of those like to have a bit of range. Duration keeps this up longer, keeps that up longer. It keeps that out for longer as well. So yeah, they all benefit. Strength, it's improving the drop rate of health, energy orbs. It's improving the damage reduction and damage reduction increase. It's improving the status chance and duration. It's improving the damage on this, but no one cares about the damage on that bit. Let's be honest, 770 damage, you don't need to care. Strength is still, it seems rather important to the build, especially for the damage reduction here. So yeah, I don't really want to dump any of those casting stats. I think the one thing we might be able to get away with here is Prime Flow. 180 energy. Why does it all say... Zenric, stop being a dick. Thank you. There we are. Now we got the actual cast costs. Yes, 100... So no energy capacity. I think you might want a blue shard on that one. Blue shard or 2 on that one. Does Equilibrium benefit from amber shards? No, it shouldn't. No. I get what you're meaning there, and it shouldn't, no. So if you pick up a health orb, you'll get the health orb benefit, but it won't transfer the benefit to energy pickup. No. You may extra strength that with Madurite? Yeah, the focus schools are focus schools are focus schools. We can be aware of those for breakpoints, but there's no breakpoints on Citrine. So like, you can get the damage reduction up to a 90% on cast if you wanted to, by getting your strength to, that would be 225%. So that's technically kind of a breakpoint there. But that's more of just a limit point. There is no breakpoint of status chance and status duration to care about. There just isn't one. This is dealing damage, health orb drop and energy orb drop. Doesn't really matter how high you take that, so it's not really breakpoints here. There's no key markers you need to be hitting with this build. If the damage reduction was a fixed value, then yes, 225 strength would be a key mark point. But because you could just build and maintain it with kills, it's not one. Let's see. So dropping flow. If we do drop flow, what does that make available to us? We could, for example, go for adaptation to stack with the fact that we've already got damage reduction from preserving shell. That lot all coming together to potentially give us quite the overall tank here. Drop natural talent. I'm still looking at this as an earlier approach. That said, if I am doing that, I can't do adaptation. Or rolling guard, technically. Where do I draw the line? Where do I draw the line? Solid, new players have terrible access to stuff. I'm not going to focus on new player approaches. Let's go full shard, full everything. Let's give us crits, because crits are awesome. Light range instead of intensify. I'd want to check how I am without it first. Oh, let's get rid of that assist right now. Thank you. Is D trying to make Citrine into a close quarters combat frame? Citrine's weapons are not locked to Citrine, so that'd be a terrible way to try and make a frame a certain role. So I'm going to say no, Daito. Alright, let's shard her up. I've got shards to use. Yeah, I got a few Tau Forge, a few Ambers and whatnot. Let's shard her up a bit. Let's go with... Can you give us some energy capacity here? Bringing us up from 180 to 255 is quite an improvement. Just the one for now? Yeah, just the one for now. And likewise, I'm going to give a... Very short on the Ambers. Ambers are so important. Ambers are so important. Alright, let's just go for a single basic Amber for now then. Just a little bit of casting speed. We'll see if I want more. Now, I don't really need any of this somehow, do I? No. Duration is nice, secondary crit chance, melee crit damage. It's all nice, but like it's not necessary for us. I'll just hold off on that for now. I could technically give her more health or armor and whatnot. I think if I'm going for an overall tank, she is a health tank. Putting on an extra 150 armor could be nice. We definitely don't need to do health regen. She's got that down pat. I can go a bit more energy max, or I could go armor. I'll hold off on that for now. I'll hold off on that. These two are required more than anything for her to play. Having that energy capacity to keep her going, and then having the casting speed, but yeah. What's the teabag that appears next to my credits amount? That's not a teabag. That is a ticket. It's like a price tag. It's saying, hey, you can get cheaper platinum at the moment. Go use your 20% off. I'm like, no. No, don't want to. Piss off. Alright then, with that in mind. Blind range, as someone suggested there, we could do that. Like so, that does push the casting cost up to 155. And on these others, the casting cost is not exactly spammable. I didn't like spamming abilities, so yeah. It does push the health orb over 111%. The damage reduction on cast is now at 89. Interesting. Strength could be useful for helmet armor strip. Oh, you could do this with an armor strip in there. Brief respite doesn't match the polarity, and also Citrine has the innate ability of health tanking, so why would we shield gate tank? When you have innate options, it's a good idea to work with them rather than fight against them. Yeah, I think take it from here, give it a whirl how she feels, and see where it develops from that one. I'm going to run without Energize at first, see how that feels. To get a good feel for it, I'm going to drop out the squad at this point and run it solo. To Gruger, with a Fang, Max Match, well, enjoy your legendary cores. I think you've gotten rather lucky enough on that one. You've gone used to shield gating? Fair enough. You can shield gate on almost any frame. Obvious exceptions apply. However, you can play this game perfectly fine, even onto Steel Path, without shield gating for frames which have a bit of tank. Like, my Lavos here, he has shields. I don't care about them. I don't use them. They exist. I rely on them barely. Mostly as a health tank. You can do that. I've demonstrated this over and over. Steeljaw, thank you very much for subscribing for Tier 1. Not just at Tier 1, but 6 months in advance, I want to make a note there. Steeljaw, thank you very much for the dedicated support there. Enjoy your lovely blue badge as it evolves into a bronze and silver one, and eventually gold over the coming months. Oh. Cheers. Alright, so Citrine, let's give this a whirl. Let's give this a whirl as is. Just take it from here. See where the strengths are, see where the weaknesses are, see where I'd want to do things differently. And to approach that, I'm going to bring out the Amprex just because it is such a rapid hitter with viral. I think could be a good initial demonstration of what it's capable of. We'll bring some Zenorek because energy support is energy support. I'm not going to look at another creator's build. I don't want to be influenced by other creators' builds. They put their own time and effort into developing those. So I don't want to intentionally or unintentionally end up taking from someone else's build in that regard. Not for a brand new frame like this. If you want to check out other people's builds, sure, enjoy that. Alright, let's take this, my good old testing ground, a Draco on Ceres. One of my favourites for general testing. 1, there's no nullifiers. 2, there's no Noxes. 3, there's still plenty of high density enemy units. Let's give this a whirl. Probably not going to work. That's why we're giving it a whirl.
To truly master the canvas of war.
Thanks to Zenorek, I do have the ability to cast freely at the start, and I can also give myself some energy growth, because without that I wouldn't be able to activate my damage reduction straight away. So let's activate that. Start getting these kills in. And now I've got enough energy to pop that as well. See if this helps us any. Use the crowd control aspect. Ooh, I do love it when those red crits come in. I do love a little bit of that. You see, I've got damage reduction both from adaptation and from the built-in, built-in ability there. That's giving me 99% damage reduction at maximum. Obviously, we know it's not quite that strong, but maximum 99% damage reduction just from those two. So even the shields are holding up on the steel path. They just collapsed. So it doesn't mess around in that regard. And yeah, getting those crits on when they come in, you can definitely see it's doing some extra work there. Moose RL, thank you very much for subscribing at Tier 1. You're up onto 2 months now. Really appreciate that. Oh, I let my damage reduction run out whilst looking at that. My bad. I think having the strength to immediately get 90% or near 90% damage reduction is nice on this. So yeah, that high strength is coming out usefully to immediately get up to that full VR. Sure, you can build up to it, but that is nice. We cast this, without the crits. Ooh, that burns a bit. And this is all without any kind of armor strip. I'm just using slash viral electric. And then obviously her ability is built in. Why do some of these not seem to be sharded? It must have been out of range as I cast it. Oop. This does seem to be maintaining. Not the highest of kill rates. Doing it this way, but it is the Amprex after all. I could be using an AoE weapon. That extra bit of casting speed is coming in helpfully as well. I can't remember if this build... I think this build has Galvanized Aptitude on it. Can someone check on the overlay? For my Amprex, does it have Galvanized Aptitude on there? Because I genuinely cannot remember if I put that on this one. Alright, incoming Acolyte, that is going to be a test. See how it fares with that. It's Mania. Mania did get stuck. Of course, I am just red critting. Thanks to the benefit of the ability. I don't know if this is supposed to stick them, but hey, I'll take it. Amprex is not amazing at killing Acolytes when it's built, so that was nice. No aptitude on the Amprex? Okay, well that's something I'm definitely missing then. If anything, that shows that there's a lot more power we can still get out of this here. That shows there is a lot more we can get out yet. Yeah, that equilibrium combination is working out quite nicely here. We're getting enough orbs to really make use of that. Not sure how much Zenrik is helping in terms of maybe getting free cast here or there and buffing up the orb picks. It's working. Yeah, it's working. I do like seeing those road crits. As much as I'm not a major proponent of red crits, because at the end of the day it's all about the result of them, it's still nice to see. Oh, I did not notice that guy. Let's lock them up, deal extra damage, all the usual. There we are. Okay, let's switch weapon now. Let's try this with something that is actually using the status bonuses we're getting here. Amprex doesn't do nearly as well as this on its own. Normally the Amprex isn't quite this good, yeah. So it's got the benefit of Citrine helping out here. One downside of that, instant 89% damage reduction. If we're not killing at the same time, as we saw last stream, we quickly drop down to 75% and then slowly from thereafter. The crystal thing is a primer. It's primer at seal path level. It deals a fair amount of damage, a few thousand damage per enemy that it targets per targeting instance. But once you're up onto the seal path, a few thousand damage doesn't cut it. So it becomes a status primer effectively then. Citrine's an active tank? She is, yes. There's no doubt about it. Citrine is an active tank. You're actively casting abilities and you're maintaining those abilities as well. So she's not one you just wade into a fight like with Lavos or Inaros. You got work to do with her. Alright, let's switch off the Amprex there. Let's switch onto something which enjoys multiplicative bonuses from Galvanized Aptitude. This may be pointless or it may be interesting. We'll see what happens there. The Foreman is already a pretty nice weapon. We'll see. And one also triggers a Gems Beam. Yeah, there's that. Yeah. We saw that energy absolutely was not a concern there. So that is good news. I don't need to be looking into enhancing the energy on this any further. Maybe energy max to make it easier to cast multiple things. Otherwise, that's about it. The only downside is that starting energy, which you can use an Amber Shard to get around a bit. There's 55 starting energy. If you're not on Xeneric, you won't be able to cast Preserving Shell. Yeah, for some reason, Xeneric's effect is applying in the arsenal. I don't know when it started doing that again. That's what the cast cost should be there. 77.5, which means that 55 starting energy is not going to cut that. That's where Xeneric's free cast is very helpful. Have I tried the Incarnate weapons with her 4? I have not as yet. However, the Incarnate weapons would struggle to make that worthwhile, aside from specifically and only targeting the crystals, which also in that case loses out on headshot bonuses. I'll want to get onto the math on that in a moment. I'm going to get onto the math on that in a moment. But first, let's focus on giving it another feel for this build, but now with a multiplicative galvanized weapon. See how that works out. Let's give that another whirl on Draco Ceres here.
Your weapons make music.
Alright then.
And the enemy calls for a song.
Let's get our buffs running.
Just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support counts.
Activate that. Get that so I can get some orbs going. Pop this out front. There we go. And lock everything down. Well, this just feels a little bit dirty. Yeah, that's getting a bit of work done. Butchers. They die so easily. Yeah, okay, Foreman be strong. As I mentioned before now, the Foreman be strong. I'm not sure how much of that is the gem and how much of that is just Foreman go burr, to be quite honest with you, because it feels like it's mostly a one-shot. Like, that does feel a lot of a one-shot a lot of the time, although I did just hit all of them with my wand. So that's helping. We got the damage reduction. Also, with enemies disappearing lately, I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, the bodies do seem to just vanish sometimes. There does seem to be a little bit of unusual activity with this update, don't there? Like, that Xmas unit just vanished. I wonder if that has any effect on things like Necros. Some say this don't leave corpses. There's never been an instance where enemy bodies just instantly vanish. They disintegrate from corrosive, or vanish entirely through disintegration from, what's it called? Blast? But it's not like that. It's not like that. So this is chunking a bit. At the same time, I am noticing that live sport is struggling, so that's not so great. Once again, pointing out the Foreman is A tier, but it is not absolutely meta. It doesn't keep up with the likes of, well, just your general AoE weaponry, let's be honest now, it just doesn't. Zom, what weapons can't headshot at all that you would consider... Oh dear. Pay attention again. That you would consider using this for, because AoE weapons won't benefit from it, so you're basically on things like the Foreman. Foreman, Arcoplasma, if you can target them, that's about it. And they're more to whom it may concern weapons, rather than targeting for specific points on enemy. At least that's been my experience. Yeah, so not very many on, not very many at all. And again, even with using the fourth ability here, it's easier to aim down a group of them than it is to go for the crystal specifically. Aiming for the crystal takes more time for an amount of benefit, but not all of it. You're busy trying to take them out quickly. Trying to find the crystal in all this mess? Not sure it's really there. I think where her 4 is going to shine is for non-crit weapons. But then you'd wonder, well, where's the crit damage going to come from? So that kind of becomes new core territory. Alright, Angst. Let's do this. Let's tango. Where is he? Hey! Tango, not grapple. Different words. I just rolled backwards and he teleported me mid-roll. That looked very weird. But yeah, we dealt with them. Oh. I'm not paying enough attention to that damage reduction ability. I swear it... Is there a sound effect on the damage reduction ability timing out? Because, like, for example, on maces, there's a pretty distinct sound of it timing out. I'm not noticing it on Citrine. If it's disguised within everything else going on for sounding too crystally similar, then that's a problem. Because, you know, for such an important effect, I would like to be notified when it's running out. Not just visually on screen, audio, because I'm trying to focus on the center of my screen, not the edges.
Extraction is ready.
Yeah, let's leave it. It held together, which is good. The build is holding. It feels like there might be more needed still. It just kind of felt like I was throwing stuff out there, but I'm not sure if it's doing a lot for me, which is kind of the key point. Already too many sound effects in this game, though. That's why you have the important ones. That's where you have the really intense sounding ones, the ones which stand out and say, hey, player, pay attention. This is life or death. And visual things in the corner don't do that. I can't look at the entire screen simultaneously. I don't have that ability to focus on everything all at once. Hell, I already played worse, just having to flick to occasionally read a message here on chat. So let me compare. Let's go down to the simulacrum, just so I can demonstrate this for y'all. Let's head down there real quickly.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without
Who has a high level nuke frame? Exclamation mark nuke. I'm going to keep the music running in the background because there's always going to be mission noise, so that's going to be fair enough. Alright then, so, for comparisons, we got Mesa. When you activate Mesa's defensive ability, pretty distinct sound. And then, can I cause it to deactivate right now? Yeah, and you hear that sound on the cutout. That sound there. It's very distinctive. Once you learn to listen for that, you won't miss out on keeping that up on Mesa. Same with Revenant. Revenant, you have your Mesmer skin. There's your activation sound, and then deactivation. You hear that sound, the Eidolon sound, so you know, oh, I've just run out of those charges. Let's reactivate that right now. Just like we have the shield gate sound effect. We have the visual on screen, but you also have the sound of your shield. So you know, right, I need to be sorting that. But one thing I do notice is that some frames just lack that. So let's grab Citrine again. That's that sound. And then... Oh god, no. The deactivation is a slight glassy sound. No. Big old activation sound. Just a little bit of glass as deactivation. That's why I'm missing it. Because there's glass in that. There's glass in that. There's glass in that. I know you can recast it Space Kid. The point is that having the game alert you, by the way, you just let it run out. There's a defense. And there's defense running out. They were saying Mesmer Skin 1 haven't learned to recognize yet. Fair enough. I mean, it is a skill factor on recognizing and feeling for the rotation, but audio cues are so important in games. It is so important. It's part of what makes or breaks your ability to play Disruption a bit effectively. If you aren't listening for those audio cues in Disruption, if you're not good at placing them and figuring out how to move around to find those audio cues, you will be worse at it. Garuga, why are you messaging me in-game? Alright, don't do that. That's how you get blocked forever. Don't do that. The audio cues are very, very important. That cast sound, brilliant. It stands out. The UI on it, sure, why not? But when I'm focused on other stuff, and there's that tiny little glassy sound in the distance, no. No, you're not going to notice that. If we bring out a few Elite Lancers, we get them shooting. So as this is happening now, I'm going to be speaking, because you might have music play, we've got music in the background, we've got gunshots going, I'm going to be firing back. Close your eyes and see if you can tell when the ability runs out. Close your eyes and tell me when that ability runs out. See if you can. Have you heard it yet? Has it run out yet? I mean, just don't look at the stream for a bit, that's basically that. Do it that way. When is it going to run out? Have you heard it yet? By the way, it has just moments ago run out now. When I first asked, have you heard it yet? It hadn't run out. It ran out a few seconds after that. I could not pick it out of that. I absolutely could not pick it out of all that was going on. If you could hear it, congratulations, but I absolutely would not. Did it make the sound? It did hear the sound. It did make the sound. I was listening for it because I was watching the timer, but my god, that was terrible. Because I was casting other abilities at the same time to throw you off there. So if you thought you heard it, there's a chance you actually just heard me casting another ability. So if you thought you heard it, there's a chance I actually just threw you off there whilst doing other bits of the fight. I'm going to stand right next to this a moment. Let's see. Just over the passive sound of having a 3 next to us, how easy is it to tell? Clearly audible over this, technically, but like, it's so slight. Yeah. Distinguishing that sound, getting that sound is important. For something as important as, hey, you are taking 10 times as much damage now, that sound is not good. That sound is not good enough. So that is one area I would like to see Citrine improved on. That preserving shell, it needs a dominant deactivation sound. Yeah, you can recast it during it. Yeah, Gognars can call it a skill issue if you don't remember to keep it up. Sure, why not? Let's keep having ears. Or maybe we can enjoy the fact that most other frames that have a deactivation ability sound have a decent one. You want to hear over Eclipse running? Yeah, different abilities that you can subsume on as well can also get in the way. Other players' abilities can get in the way. Just the noise in general. You want to hear the signal over the noise. Like I was saying, the fact that you, who plays Disruption with no difficulty, cannot hear this says a lot. I mean, thank you. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. What would be some other decent comparisons for the time-based abilities? I mean, yeah, Limbo's got a decent one. You've got Limbo's Stasis. When does Stasis run out? Well, you hear this. Basically, the cast sound of Stasis, which, considering you're not casting Stasis, you go, oh, right, yeah, my Stasis, that's just run out. Crap, let me quickly recast that before everything kills me. Very important. They don't really have timed ones you need to worry about. Revenant with Mesa have already been over. Vault is another clear one. The speed, you can tell the speed happening, but also when it runs out, you get the speed down. Speed isn't even an important one. It's just speed. Oh, have I broken? I appear to have slightly broken the trail on my carrier now. You gotta love the simulacrum. Oh, there we go. But yeah, speed isn't even an important ability. Let's be honest now. Yeah, it's nice to have, but it's not. You will die when this runs out. That's got a big one to it. What about Gauss? Yeah, Gauss has got noise going on. The 2 you asked first? 2? Proper down shift sound. And it doesn't fit in with the other abilities. In that, it fits in thematically, but it's not like the other ones being cast. That's different. It's on the quieter side as that one. I have missed it from time to time, but is there. As for Gauss's 4, if you miss this one, I don't know what you're doing. That one is painfully obvious. Missing that one is impressively bad if you do that. Dispensary? Oops. Yeah, just search dispensary. That's all that this frame is. Let's call this frame dispensary now. Anyway. Oh, that's going to last a minute. Will this time it out quick? Well, that's going to last a while. Let me switch frame. Will that get rid of it? Silently. Whoops. Oh well, whatever. You can check your own dispensaries to confirm on that one. But yeah, my point is, a lot of frames, they have a clear audio effect to say, your ability has run out. Please recast that ability or consider your future actions. If you wish to continue to exist on this plane, recast. Citrine is like, I know this is giving you 90% damage reduction, but yeah, so that definitely does need a little work. That definitely does need a change. Invisibility frames have been pretty easy. You can see yourself again. Oh yeah, they're obvious. Those ones are clear in the center of your screen. You don't need to worry about that. You could say, oh, but it's visible in the center of the screen for Citrine because look, you can see those little gems going around you. Ah yes, those little gems, whilst all the other gems are being thrown around. Much easy to... no. Warning Halo gives a clear noise? It does, yeah. It does. Moon Alarm. Why see, so many people in previous streams had used the phrase, what did I miss? And now 2 different people have decided to rephrase that to something else. God damn it, Moon. Don't change how you speak on the chat channel now. Whenever someone looks away for a moment or goes and gets a drink and comes back and then they're like, oh, what did I miss? Let's always type in, what did I miss? Why is people saying it differently now? I specifically created a bot command to deal with that. God damn it. Are there any energy colors that make them stand out better? So this is a bright energy color already. But sure, let's go white. Just for a moment. And then we cast our abilities again. I mean, Not really, no. Not really, no. So yeah, that's my main takeaway on that one. Citrine's 2 definitely needs a better end cast sound. Is this with casting time and natural talent? No, I took off the natural talents on. So this is just one casting amber, and natural talent was removed, and that made room for going from... Oh wait, I thought I removed... Never mind, sorry, I take that back. I thought I removed this. That was the whole point. Oh. That was the whole point of me putting on the Amber Shard. I thought that was without... I was accepting that because it was without... This is with natural talent and an Amber Shard? That's fast enough to cast, but this? And this? Oh, yikes. Yeah, that is... those are long cast animations, aren't they? So what is that without natural talent? I did think it felt a bit nice, but... What is it without that? Just one Amber Shard. Okay, I'm going to hold down the walk key. Let's see. How long does it take me to be able to walk again? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. And this cast? Okay, I thought one Amber Shard might have cut it. I was very, very wrong on that one. One Amber Shard is not going to cut that. Yikes. Casting time's best described as geologic. I mean, it's fair, yeah, given that crystals are very slow at growing and apparently very slow at going. It's, yeah. Citrine definitely benefits from casting speed, like more so than most Warframes. She's right up there with your Harrows and Trinities for casting speeds. She is right up there, it seems. Okay, so we've got damage reduction, which even with lower strength you can get it up to 90%, and you can maintain that indefinitely so long as you're not an idiot. So that is good. Prismatic Gem, it's status priming option. Not the most powerful, but it does the job, but it also gives you a lot of status chance and status duration as well, so that is nice. We have got Fracture Blast here, which is giving us orbs. It's got some token damage on top, but mostly it's all about the orbs. Not to disparage the damage though, it's an AoE first ability which has a base 500 damage and guaranteed bleed. That's not nothing for lower levels. That'll carve through a heck of a lot of enemies. That's not terrible. And then we got Crystallize here. It's in a cone rather than a full radius, but it is a large cone. Locking down the enemies and giving you potential bonus damage. Yeah, she has got a very good first power. That is definitely in her favour. See, that's one thing I don't like about her fourth ability. I'm still going to have to get used to that. I don't know why there's such an animation to it. When you're coming across, she launches up and then dives down at an angle. Which throws me off. Because I don't expect it to go quite so far. Oh, wow, that is a very dead Grineer. Those are some very, very dead Grineer. And compared to a normal one, still dies. Good thing about the one is it activates the Crystal 3 without shooting a melee. Yes, so effectively the one becomes a status primer in itself because you proc slash. Do you proc impact as well? Oh, I didn't reach. You do proc impact as well, so that's 2 damage types already. And then you can get another 4 from the Prismatic Shard, or whatever it's called. Prismatic Gem. Yeah. Her kit is good. Her kit is definitely good. We're getting a heck of a lot of status out of this. With the combination with her one. You get a lot of damage reduction. You get a lot of lockdown. Brings back the fun of glass resonance without limiting people's gameplay. Yeah, you can shoot the glass, but if you don't, you still get to kill the enemy. So that definitely works out as well, yeah. Yeah, that is good as well. Citrine is definitely designed to work in a team. So the first ability provides the health and energy orbs if the enemy dies, doesn't care who kills it. Doesn't have to be the ability, doesn't have to be you. Your allies can kill the enemy, you still get the orb drops. Likewise, preserving shell. Sure, it's better if you get the kill, but it's still got half the bonus on an assist. So if you've got a nuker in the team and just damaging everything, killing everything, so long as you get some damage onto them, there you are. Job's a good one. This works off both you and your allies, so that is good. And then this, well, your allies can't take this away from you. So this kit is very team friendly. You get some Warframes which are not very team friendly. Harrow is a bit of a mixed bag. Mostly though, a lot of complaints about Harrow is that other players can take away the kills, reducing his ability to use some of his stuff. Whereas this doesn't have that drawback. For Sons of the Acolyte, yeah, we did see that. It does, I'm not sure if it has a reduced duration on the Acolytes. But yeah, it does grab the Acolytes for now. And her passive is nice for squad members? Yes, true. Her passive, it's just helpful all around. For her and for her squad members, and she can stack it up over time as well. So she's a very team-focused frame, but also good on herself. Which is very good. Overall, Citrine does seem to be in a good spot. My biggest concerns are the audio queue, or general lack of audio queue on her too. And that casting speed is a bit harsh. Oh yeah, and the damage reduction is shareable. Like, that is a big deal. Affinity range shareable up to 90% damage reduction is a big deal. Absolutely. Because when you consider with the passive on her as well, that is effectively, at minimum, when you've cast Preserving Shell to 90%, no health orbs picked up, minimum 50 hit points affected per second. And it scales up from there. Does her 2 work on defense targets? That's a good question. That is a good question. We're gonna have to test that, aren't we? Gonna have to test that. As I say, honestly, as I look at it, I'm not overly sure what to actually do with her. How do you mean, Zom? Like, in terms of missions, builds, or something else? It does, it's probably capped at 50%. It might well be. I don't know how to test that, but I can test if it actually activates on them at all. One is a helmet ability? Is it? Yeah. Yeah, because it has reduced chance, doesn't it? Yeah. Citrine is definitely a solid position to have a frame in. Citrine doesn't replace a Trinity, but she provides so much more than a Trinity can in a lot of cases. Trinity provides more energy support, but you could subsume on Nourish for that. And even then, you're still getting the energy orb drops from the 1 as well, so Citrine is kind of doing a lot of work. I'd say Citrine is in a good spot, but I would like to see the improvement to the audio on the 2. And the casting speed could be nicer, let's be honest, it could be nicer. I suppose every frame has to have some kind of drawback, but it could be nicer. Right, let's talk about Crystallize. And to do that, let's start by comparing some numbers. How are we going to do that? Exactly, let's grab ourselves the... Let's see, what do I want to grab for this one? Yeah, let's grab Tenora. What's the build on that one? Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Okay. Let's spawn in a few dudes. So, with the Tenora Prime, if I go for a body shot normally... Oh, I've got corrosive on this. That's going to mess this up. Let's fix that real quick. 1 sec. Let's grab a different build for this. Is this a testing build? Oh, good, I have got a testing build. Let's just grab us a Serration for extra damage. Let's grab some critical chance. You'll see why in a moment. And some critical damage. There we are. And... yeah, let's ramp up the damage a bit more with some cryo rounds. That'd be nice. Just to make this nice and clear. Okay. So, normal shot. We're doing 106 damage there. Not changing at all. on the crits is 106. So that's a nice easy number to work with, right? If we go for the headshot, that is 638, which is a heck of a lot in comparison to the 106. Same crit, but massively improved results. Now let's see, what do we get with the crystals? 595. 595 there. 638 on the headshot. And this is why I say red crits are not the be-all and end-all, chat. This is why I say red crits are not the be-all and end-all. 595. Even if can I aim the head? Yeah, I can hit the head here. Kinda. So the headshot is 638. The crystal shot is 595. Now, crowd control is nice, but, yeah. So the reason being on that, for anyone who doesn't quite understand what's going on there, is that we got a combination of the critical headshot and headshot multiplier working against the crystal. So, what's going on here? Crystallize is setting your crit chance to 300% unless it's already high. No, yes, it sets it. It sets your crit chance to 300%, which is a guaranteed red crit, but no more, when you shoot the crystals. And a red crit is taking your crit multiplier, so the crit bonus is 3.8 times on this particular build. Triples that, there you go, that's what your crit is. So, on a 4.8, I think that's technically 4.84, I want to say? Yeah, we go from 2.2 to 4.84, yeah, I did remember correctly. So on a red crit, we've got a 12.52 times multiplier. But on a yellow headshot crit, the crit multiplier is first doubled. So we go from 4.84 to 9.68. And then we deal triple damage. I think is how that works. That doesn't add up correctly. I've done something wrong there, chat. That doesn't add up enough. Does hitting crystals trigger on headshot bonuses? It didn't there, so no. Something doesn't add up there. What have I done wrong? Because I've got that coming out to over twice as much, and that's not correct. I'm bringing out the notepad, chat. I'm bringing out the notepad so that one of you who knows better than me can tell me when I messed this up. Or how I've messed this up. Racing has arrived, so there we are. That's perfect timing, I suppose. So, here's a notepad. Right. We have a 4.84 times critical damage multiplier. Let's make that bigger. There we go. We can actually see what's going on now, even if you're on a smaller screen. So, with a 300% crit chance, that's going to give us... Okay, I'm going to make that a bit wider. Gonna want more space. 1 plus... That'll be 4.84 minus 1 times 3, because red crit, so it's a tier 3 crit. And that is equal to 1 plus 4.84 minus 1... Oops. Times 3. Yeah, 12.52. Oops. But if we have... yellow crit headshot, the way that works is that we have our 1 plus for the base damage. There's 4.84 times 2 minus 1, because the crit damage is doubled by it being a critical headshot. Only 1 tier because we're talking yellow crit. But then multiplied by the headshot bonus as well. How I remember this is supposed to work. Again, correct me if I am wrong, please. The 4.84 doubled is 9.68. So the total of all of this would come out to 27.04. That doesn't sound right. Because we were not dealing like twice as much damage on the headshot as we were on the crystal hit. Isn't the -1 before the ×2? Is it? Oh, okay. So it'd be like that ray. I put crits twice. Where did I put crits twice? We've got crit damage multiplier, critical headshot, headshot bonus, and then one because it's just one tier of crit. Anim, this is 1 plus all of this. So the -1 here is then affected by the multipliers before it comes with the +1 again. So with that, that changes this to 4.84 minus 1 times 2 times 3, 1 plus that. That would still be 24.04, which is still far higher than what we observed. That, So what are we observing here? We're observing 106 as the normal hit. So 106 is what we get with 4.84 times multiplier. Okay. Suggesting that the base is 21.9. Headshot on a crit, 638. So if we divide that by the 21.9, that base damage that we're supposed to have there leaves behind a multiplier of 29.13. If I do 1 plus, 4.84 times 2 minus 1 times 3 comes out to 27.04. So that doesn't make sense. (106), 106. Sorry, 106, 638. What am I misunderstanding here? Because a critical headshot does not triple the critical multiplier, does it? No, it wouldn't. That would make that even higher still. No, that's not right. I'm missing something here, chat. And I don't like that I'm missing something, because I can't figure out what I'm missing. Headshots are ×3? Yeah, I know headshots ×3. That's what this ×3 is right here. When we deal 106 damage on a body shot yellow crit, and we know we have a 4.84 times multiplier, dividing 106 by 4.84, we get 21.9. That's the base damage before critical bonus. The critical headshot, we get 638. If we divide that by the base damage, this is our remaining multiplier. This is to account for our critical damage, our critical headshot, and our headshot damage. But that's too much, because calculating it this way comes out to 24.04. And calculating it this way, if this was indeed the way to do it, again, reminding you that's critical damage multiplier, that is the critical headshot bonus, to try to figure out which side it's actually on. This is the tier of the crit, which is yellow, and this is the headshot bonus. Comes out to 184 times 2 minus 1, brackets, times 3, 27.04. Of course it does, it's just a multiplier of 1 different. So why are we getting such a different value? Genuine Crowd saying 4.84 times 2 times 3 gets you very close to 29.13. 4.84 times 2 times 3 does give you 29.04, but we wouldn't be subtracting the -1 at that point. Wait, hang on. Hang on. Right, no, wait, what? No, it's not that Callum, no. So if that's the... Oh, right. I see. I see what I'm doing now, chat. Okay, I figured it out. Yeah, I see. Thank you very much there. Genuine Cry, you got me there. You got me there. You figured it out. So this is where I'm going wrong. This multiplier, these multipliers, but especially this one, I'm only applying that times 3 to the crit damage. I'm not applying it to the base damage. Derp. That's what's going on here. 1 plus... 1 plus 4.84 times 2 minus 1. So this is a critical headshot. Taking into account the correct calculation. Is that multiplied by the headshot bonus. And technically there is a times 1 here because it's a yellow crit. That should come out to 1 plus brackets 4.84 times 2 minus 1 close brackets twice. Yeah, 29.04. That's what I was missing. I was just doing it wrong. Okay, cool. Right. That was silly of me. Which means that this is incorrect as well. That's where we're going wrong. No, that's not incorrect. But no, that leads us on to another question then, doesn't it? So that leads us on to the next question then. When I do this, I freeze them all in place. It does 595. Okay? 595 damage. Now again, if we divide that by the 219 base, 21.9 base, this means we're getting a effective multiplier before crits and other bits coming in of 27.17. Yeah, that's rounding error territory, absolutely, yeah. The difference between this and that is because this value is rounded. And because that's rounded, this is rounded. Because that's rounded, this is rounded. That's why that's happening. Because this could technically be anywhere between 105.5 and 106.5. And then that gives this a variety as well. So we got an effective multiplier now from the crystal hit of 27.17. But I'm figuring that the crit damage multiplier should only be 12.52. What's the difference between those there? That is a difference of 2.17 multiplier. So that's interesting. What's going on there? What is... Nothing should have that multiplier. Nothing I know of. What is going on with this one? Just going to check. There's not any hidden tip about this, is there? So we're looking for things about crystallized. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Prismatic gem. So no. Prismatic gem. No. Each type from prismatic gem. No. Enemies with overguard will not be immobilized by crystallized. Will still grow crystals. Casting crystallized will generate fractals for any enemy in range and line of sight. No. No mention there as to what's going on. Okay. So why is the damage that much higher? Because if I hit these guys in the chest still for yeah, you see 22 damage on a non-crit right there. 22 damage. Yeah, that reconfirms that 21.9 base damage after taking into account armor. Is it bypassing armor? No. No, that'd be ridiculous. They'd mention if that was bypassing armor. They would... Surely they would mention if this bypasses armor. Give me some corpus units. Give me... Not anti-mowers. Anti-mowers are stupid. Let's grab attack. Techs have no armor on their shields. They have no armor on the shields. So, we've got 894 on a critical hit. Nice and easy. 894 on shields on crit. If we headshot crit, 2681. And to look at a difference there, the Corpus, I think they only have 2 times multiplier on the headshot? Or was that changed to 3 times as well? Anyway, in any case, we go from 894, which has a base damage of... It's base of 184.7. And we just go for some body shots until we get one. To verify that, please. Please? 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 No, don't slash block him, you'll kill him. Just give me a non-crit, please. There we are, thank you. Yeah, it was the amount I expected. Okay, cool. Cool. Right then. So if we take 2681 divided by 184.7... This just verifies where we're at the moment. 14.5. What? Did we not get a crit headshot bonus on them? Yeah. I didn't get the crit headshot bonus. Why are Corpus so weird? Why did... What? Screw you. Screw you and your stupid head and your stupid face and your stupid... everything. Stupid. No, it's not damage type bonus. Why would it be damage type bonus? Because I'm comparing one hit to another hit. We're just changing from hitting him in the body to hitting him in the head. It's the same shields at the same point. The only thing to change there is the multiplier. From a headshotting or not. So bloody Corpus Tech stupidness screwing us around there. And people say his helmet protecting him. Yeah. But here's the thing, is that Grenadier also have helmets, so apply this evenly, please. Alright, 1266 on crit on body, crit on head, 3797. Yeah, it's not getting a crit bonus. So you can't critically damage. You don't get a crit damage headshot or headshot crit bonus or whatever you want to call it. You get the headshot bonus, you get the crit bonus, but you don't get the crit headshot bonus. Screw that guy. Alright. I did not know that about Corpus. Hit them in the back behind the helmet. Don't you dare. Okay, 1266 body shot. Confirm both sides. 1266. Headshot. 3797. Wait for him to regen his shields. 3797. Remembering 3797. We'll do that in the back here. No, it's still 3797. Right. Still 3797. Screw that guy. Does this invalidate all my info so far? No, it does not, agree goods. Why does everyone jump to the idea that it's either it's armor or sorry, not armor. Why does everyone jump to the idea that it's either invalidating everything or it's actually to do with some damage type differences despite the fact I'm using the exact same damage types? Come on. Pay attention to what you're asking. Come on. I know that I'm confused, but you don't need to be that confused about what I'm confused about. I'm saying what I'm confused about. Right. Elite Lancer, let's bring these back. This game has so many weird exceptions in it. I don't get why. Why do we have so many weird exceptions all over the place? Ugh. Luz. Okay. No armor. So, little chunk to the chest there. 198 or 944. That's very useful to see both of them. Nice the game to do that. Let me just grab some new lines. It wasn't 944, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay then, so that is with a crit. That is normal. The crit is therefore calculating 9444 divided by 4.84. Excuse me, that came through. We're saying the base damage is 195. Okay, so that's already weird. I'm going to chalk that up to quantization. That is weird. Maybe I missaw that 198. Maybe that was actually a 195. I'm not going to get another hit now before he dies, am I? Normal hit, normal hit, normal hit, normal hit, normal hit, normal hit. Screw you. Screw you, stupid Elite Lancer. You deserve to die. I know it's my gun that's critting, but the Elite Lancer's fault. Just once. Just once. That's all I ask of you. Don't take slash procs. $195. Oh, I did misread it then. Okay, that's fine. Screw that guy, though. Okay, let's try this now. Now we've got partway there. Let's just ramp up the information a bit now. So, on a critical headshot, 5,666. Which, if we divide this by the 195 of the normal damage, comes out to a 29.06 times multiplier, which, as we calculated earlier, 29.04 is what we're expecting, so that's pretty much bang on. Pretty much bang on, that's fine, that's just rounding. So, what happens when we introduce the crystal? 5276. Which, if we do 5276 divided by the 195 and the normal damage, 5276 divided by 195 comes out to 27.06. Which is just like what we had happen here, within rounding errors. So it's not the armor. Whereas a red crit, as we calculated, a red crit... Oops. Should be... let me just quickly calculate this. 12.52. Not 27.06. I genuinely have no idea what is happening here. I genuinely have no idea what is causing that, because it's not a flat double or triple or something like that, or 1.5 times even. It's different by 116%. Feels like it's overriding part of the crit equation. No, it's doing more than that. Something's really up with this. How much strength did that build have? This build is rocking quite a bit of strength, but the stat isn't affected by it. 223. That's a Crystallize. Crystallize has a damage on it. Crystallize has a damage 1,115. Is that being included in this? Hold on, 1,115. When I hit him, does he take damage? He does, yes. So the crystal damage is on the growth, not... It shouldn't be on this. Let's run it through. Let's reduce this by 1,115. Or no, wait. However much you're supposed to take from the crystals. How much was that? Just on the off chance it's maybe reapplying the crystal damage? I doubt it. Actually, first let me just... No, it's definitely not... actually, yeah, that's pretty certain there. Oh, it might... I know the crystallized locks weapons 300% crit. Yeah, we got that. I tested that on Wednesday. I verified that. Something else is going on here, and I don't know what it is. Let me get something with really low damage, really low crit, really low everything. Just one of the worst guns in the game. Let me grab this real quickly. What happens when I grab one of the worst guns in the game and try it now? Body shot, 19. Headshot, 56. I'm out of energy. Of course I am. $19, hit this, 188. No, it's definitely not getting a bonus damage from the crystal again. 188, we're expecting 19, it goes up to 188. What's that ratio? That is an increase of 9.89, which is well above what we're expecting. Because crit multiplier here is only 2 times. Why would it increase the damage basically tenfold? What if it's not 300%? Have they... What if they pushed a accidental change to 300% in those hot fixes? Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Let's take this multiplier as a function of crit damage multipliers. By reducing strength on the build? Okay, yeah, let's rule out strength first. That's more sensible. Let's rule out the strength first. That is sensible. Let's rule that out. Didn't mean to do it that way, but sure, why not? So, body shot, 944. Actually, we just use a Fury, so... Oh, don't clean up so quickly. 19. $188. That hasn't changed. Wait. There's 2 different damages there. 75 and 188. What? Could it be adding vulnerability to the enemy? It's... Something's showing up there. 75 damage was showing up at one point. 75 divided by the 20 base we're expecting, 3.75. Close to about what we're expecting. Yeah, it's about what the crit multiplier is. Is this giving an extra damage buff on the crystal that hasn't been noted anywhere? Is this really... Screw that guy. Alright, freeze him up. Strip his armor. Tenora, body, 195. Okay? Ah, he's unfrozen. Whatever, I don't care. Headshot, 5666. I've already got these numbers here, but I'm rewriting them down just to verify this process. $2433 on the base of the crystal. I didn't hit the top of it in time. 2433 on the base of the crystal. I'm gonna need a new test subject. This one's almost expired. Yeah, 2433. But if we hit slightly higher, 5276. 2433 divide... No, wait. 5276 divided by 2433 is the difference that we're out by. It's 116%. Regardless of our strength, we're dealing 116% extra damage by hitting the further out part of the crystal. Is that happening with other weapons? Is that Tenora specific? Is that damage amount specific? Let's try other weapons. Let's grab my testing foreman. Yeah, no mods on it. Exit, thank you. That lagged for some reason. He might survive long enough for this test. Okay, so you... Let's just check between the two crystal types. 172, 409. 409 divided by 172. Slightly different multiplier. Might be a rounding error, but now I'm getting 138%. Let's try another weapon. Let's try the... Ephemeral might kill it too easily. No, no, no. Yeah, let's try... Hind. Let's try this one. I don't know what this build is, so I can just destroy it. That's fine. This is some built-in toxins. Let me change that over to not viral, not corrosive, gas. Oh, they're all terrible. Whatever. Let's just... There we are. I just don't want to amplify damage accidentally. Alright. On the semi. Hopefully not too strong. I've got basically no mods on it, so it should be okay. How did that slash block straight away? 111 base damage, okay? 111. Apply this. 5135. 17. Wait. Wait, did it? What? 1711 or 745. 1711 or 745 is 130%. What did I say on the Fullman? Yeah, so Hind is getting 130% extra bonus. The Fullman is getting a 138%. The Tenora was out by 116% bonus. I hit the crystal in the head at the same time. It did seem to be the case, yeah. This is... I can't tell if this is quantization, if this is a rounding error, if this is just not applying consistently. What about AoE? AoE pretty much doesn't hit these. Getting AoE to hit these is genuinely a problem. Let's get something of a simple AoE. Shaka, that's a simple AoE. That should be verifiable. Oh, don't want to break any... Oh, I've got a broken build. Excellent. Yeah, so you see, I'm hitting directly there, but the second hit isn't a crit. You can see there's a red crit from the direct hit, but the explosion isn't a red crit. If I shoot to the side, you can see the hits hitting. Then if I do direct hit, we're getting a non-red crit. So the explosion is not critting through the crystal, it seems. It's just not triggering at all. But this is still weird. Why would it just deal extra damage on the crystal? I don't get this. Why is it just dealing extra damage on part of the crystal? I don't understand, chat. I don't understand, and I don't think I have anything to help me understand either, which just makes it all the more ridiculous. Am I missing something? Anairu is... We've switched between focus schools at this point, so it's not Anairu doing it. And do wide body projectile shotguns hit it? Yes, they do. I'll verify for you, but yes, they do. Is there some hidden buff to my crit multiplier? It's not the crit multiplier, though, no. Because we verified the crit multiplier. The crit multiplier is working as expected. And yeah, there's your red crits. So that does work. That was a hefty kill. Crystal has a weird hitbox. The Crystal does have a bit of a weird hitbox. We have already seen that on Wednesday and today as well. But it's more the fact that it's dealing more damage. It shouldn't. There is nothing saying it should be doing any bonus damage. There is nothing. And certainly not something that varies semi-randomly. We've had 116%, 138%, 130%. How am I supposed to guide you guys on the numbers to expect, the efficiency to expect from this bloody ability, if the bloody ability can't even decide it? It's a crystal its own weak point. It seems to be creating one, Gorilla, but it's not even creating one that's dealing double damage. This isn't double damage. This is 2.16 times. This is 16% higher than double. This is 38% higher than double. This is 30% higher than double. Why are there random values? I can chalk some of it up to quantization and rounding, but only in a limit. Vigilante mods on Companion? They would scale that to an entire extra crit tier, which wouldn't be 100%. Besides that, weapons not equipped. So no, not that. That's in real map. So you think it's a similar bug, do you, Moose? Got nothing better to go on so far. Sod it. Let's just check this in a spy mission real quick. It's bad enough that the Corpus helmets are preventing critical damage from being applied. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't think that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. So, let's just quickly try this. Yeah, the simulacrum can have weird bugs, so that's why I'm following through on this for you. Could the crystal be boosting one its damage type? I don't see why it would, but if you've got a way to verify that, go for it. ISGO, that's gone. It was just for the day.
Trust in your training.
Don't know mods on the build? Yeah, this is a unmodded Citrine, I think. Yeah, so I got energy to cast with, but I hope I don't die. Oh, of course, it would spawn a Drak here, wouldn't it? Let's get rid of you. Get rid of you, because I only want one enemy. You're going to spawn in more, aren't you? I just want one. Just a normal elite Lancer, please. Or Butcher might be too weak, but let's try. Try both of these. Okay, quickly, because I'm on the clock here. 2, 4, 3, 3. 5, 2, 1, 7. Yep, we're still getting the damage bonus. And now I gotta run. Ah! Yeah, still got the damage bonus there. It jumped up. So whatever's going on was still going on. Oh, I would have to... I just wanted normal elite Lancers. Is this too much to ask for? Normal elite Lancers. No Drak Masters, not Butchers, not Frontier Seekers and Hellions. Just put some elite Lancers. Yeah. Normal elite Lancers. I'll go. God damn it. Maybe Citrine has her own damage bonus over her crystals. Again, Garugas, where the hell is the note to say that, and why is it a variable amount? We can throw out random suggestions all the time, Garugas, but the point is, with investigations like this, is to figure out what's going on, not just to throw ideas out there and be like, maybe there's a hidden damage bonus. We can't know. No, that's not good enough. It's not good enough from DE, and it's not good enough for me on this channel, and therefore it's not good enough for you. We want to know what the hell's going on, not just guess randomly. Telesto on Saturn is a good spawn of elite Lancers. Let's give it a look. Was the size of crystals already checked as a factor? How do you mean the size of crystals? Because we're only getting 2 damage instances. We're either getting at the base of the crystal or the top of the crystal. I haven't seen anything variable based on a specific crystal size. She's Telesto on Saturn. Telesto, what is that mission? Exterminate. I don't want loads of enemies around. So I'm hoping this will only spawn a small number, but if it spawns a group, that's going to be too problematic, because I don't want to be in a position to try and defend. I need to be in a position to just try and test. That's why the simulacrum is better. Educated guess is the basis of science. That's the thing, Genuine Cried. Educated guesses. That's not what Garuga's doing. And yes, I will call you out like that, Garuga. Throwing out random guesses is not educated. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 2, 6, 6. Yeah, we're definitely still getting that bonus. No. Stop shooting me. 3, 5, 8, 5, 7, 6, 8, 8. 114%. 114%. So it does seem to be trending towards that. These might be rounding issues, because now we're getting closer to that. So why is it 114 to 116% higher? Why? Oh, you're into someone else. 88 to 188. Yeah, 114% again. Goodbye. Ah! The first numbers, I hadn't removed the armor. That's why it's so low. Oh, okay. What other parameters variables are there? There is something hidden that DE are not telling us about, and there's not a lot we can do to really test it beyond that, other than there is one last thing we can do. Is there someone here in the chat who has a Citrine who would like to join in and do a quick little test on this with me? I need someone else in this chat who has a Citrine. Don't value modding on it. In fact, I prefer it if the modding wasn't anything crazy. Unmodded would be best. I'll try and keep you alive. I'm just gonna leave this mission. I don't want to deal with that guy. Can't be bothered. You have modded rip. You have multiple tabs. Do you have Citrine? What's the task? The task is to join into the mission. Join with me, and you'll just be freezing up the enemies with the crystals so I can shoot them with a different frame to see if we get different results. So if you want to be that person, send me a message in game. Look, engineer, I'll bring you on in. All you got to do is press 4, freeze them up with crystals, and I'll take it from there. All you got to do. This might be a hidden effect, it might be some spaghetti, it might be something that they considered doing but then decided not to do, so they didn't announce it in the patch notes, but they forgot to take out the code. That's a thing that happens. It could be any one of many things. Unmodded would be best for this, yeah, just so it doesn't break anything else. There we go, we got our person. Come on in. I'll switch to Equinox. I don't use Equinox enough. Quintus, casting speed shards are a very good idea, and having some energy maxes is not too bad as well, so you can go for low efficiency, making use of the orbs and equilibrium, and it worked out. I need more tea for this. Good thing I've got more tea. You taking off the mods? Good. Alright, so let's do this again. Let's drop into Telesto. I'll sleep the enemies that are nearby if necessary. We'll have Citrine here. Grow the crystals on them, and we'll see what happens. Will I still get the same damage bonus that we've been seeing? Can Melee's hit 4 crystals? I think they can. Haven't verified as such, but I think they can.
These are worthy foes.
Okay, that's a few enemies beyond that doorway. There we go. Alright then, do your thing. That was not what I expected. That was not what I expected. No crystals and they all just took a nap. Okay, so it seems like you can't spawn the crystals on them if they've been CC'd by another ability. Interesting. I kind of feared that would happen, so I'll just have to be extra careful about my security option here. It's not the first time an ability's been like that. There we go. Alright then, do it now please, Citrine. Go ahead, I gave you the pizza. I gave you the pizza! Thank you. Alright, hopefully we don't have a million enemies coming our way. Same again, same again. Whoop, Citrine, Citrine. Thank you. Yeah, same again. I've got the multi-shot and other bonuses there coming into play. But it's the same again. I'm getting extra damage higher up the crystal. Alright, I'm pausing the mission. We're done here. Alright. So that rules out it being Citrine specific. Not Leafs. Thank you very much for joining in. You helped out on that one. Appreciate it. That rules out it being a Citrine specific thing because a different frame managed to get the exact same issue. I also noticed that the damage went up as a result of me getting the galvanized aptitude bonus, and it went up on both the base damage and the higher part of the crystal damage. So I don't have an answer, chat. I'm sorry, that is the answer I can give you. I don't have an answer. It is purely just the crystal has a bonus damage modifier higher up it, and for some reason it's 116%. Which otherwise seems to be rounding errored and quantized or something else into an even higher bonus if you got low damage. But mostly it seems to be trending towards around about 116%. Near enough double, but it's slightly more than double, and it's more than double enough that I can't rule it out. Is this more or less confusing than the Spectre issue from way back when? This is more confusing, Quintus, because here's the thing. Here's the thing, with the Spectre issue, Quintus, we figured out what it was, and that was Caliban was quad casting, or casting based on the number of enemies, number of players in the squad simultaneously. This, I cannot find it. Damage attenuation, nothing to do with the damage attenuation, Kraken Sam, because damage attenuation does not exist on normal units like Elite Lancers. Absolutely 100% nothing to do with that. So, yeah, I'm at a loss. If you ever wonder why my videos take so long to make, this is why. I put this time in, I check over pretty much every detail I can until I am satisfied that what I am seeing is the truth to give you guys that truth. I've been burned many a time trying to research things and getting bugs left, right and center, little hiccups. Things like, for example, the glaive power throw in my glaive video. I said rather incorrectly, that the mod power throw doesn't work for the heavy attacks on this. It just doesn't seem to apply. And that's because when I tested it, it didn't apply. It seemed to apply to the throw, but not to the heavy attack. Turns out it was a simulacrum bug. My simulacrum just forgot to acknowledge that this mod existed when I was testing it. This is why I go to such extents. So now Citrine here. I thought Citrine was a nice, standard enough Warframe. Couple bits of weirdness, but nothing we couldn't figure out. We figured out on the damage and the procs and how that works out. Figured out the damage reduction, the scaling there, and the recasting of it to keep it. We figured out on how many times this hits enemies and how quickly and what status is. We'd figured out this sets your crit chance to 300%, but now it's got a bonus damage. And I don't understand it. As I'm saying, am I crazy for thinking that as a CC it gives damage and vulnerability, C-snares generally might be better? I don't use Urali enough to care. Maybe. I don't care. It's Urali. I genuinely have a passion against Urali. I just don't like the frame at all. Just confirm, was testing tried with other weapons? Yes. Testing was tried with the Tenora, with the Foreman, with the Hind. Tenora and Hind are both hit scan. The Foreman, actually the Foreman was testing on hit scan as well. Maybe it'd be different if I'm using the shotgun mode. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to test. But let's try it. Let's try it. Grab the testing shotgun. Let's use a projectile-based weapon. Have I tried it with CC immune enemies? I have not as yet, no.
The multitude
Because
of
why would I?
creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
We're seeing a difference based on where I'm hitting the crystal. So that's what's causing the inequality. At the base of the crystal, we're getting the expected result. But higher up the crystal, it's just adding more damage on. Neither, Calf. It's an override. This is a very rare buff in Warframe as an override. One of the few places you'll find it is on Smeeta For the same stat, in fact, Smeeta will set your critical chance to 200%. Likewise here, Citrine sets your critical chance to 300%. It's an override. Alright. Might be hard to hit the crystal base. Yeah, it might be. Let's see if I'm good enough. Let me just double check, triple check, quadruple check. What am I build-wise? Yeah, let's just switch over. I'm going to give myself a duration build here. Just so it lasts a bit longer. I don't need narrow-minded. No, just a little bit. Should be fine. And efficiency, so this doesn't keep on messing me over. And prime flow, so I got loads of energy, just so I can cast this over and over. There we are. Just make my life a little bit easier here. Okay, so if I aim for the leg, for example, 32, aim for the body, aim for the body and crit, thank you. Aim for the base of the crystal, 165, aim for the top. Oh, no, where's the base then? Where is the base? .68 and 165. Okay, so yeah. It can happen on projectile weapons, even weapons which don't have a headshot bonus, like the Foreman. The Foreman has no headshot bonus on the shotgun mode, and it was still happening there. I don't know why this is a testing build, so I'm just going to break it. I don't care. Again. So weird, you can accidentally fly over them and turn it around. So, leg, 4, wow, that's low. 8, 8, 8. Oh, that's not triggering it. Let me get more damage on this first. This is a very, very low damage build, so let me fix that up a bit higher first and try that again. Sod it, why not? Not. Let's put heat on as well. There we are. Turn it into blast damage. Because who uses blast? Heavy caliber, because who uses that either? There we go. That should make this a bit easier to verify. And whilst I'm at it, take out the armor. I'm not going to kill him that quickly. Okay, I might. Oops. The 381. 1291. Where's the rest of the crystal? 1291. Can I hit the base of it? What? Interesting. It wasn't affecting the altar. Wasn't affecting the... What? Huh? Why is it... Oh, come on. Come on. No. Don't make this even weirder. 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95. Bolter was an 8 punch through, could be that. So does the projectile on the Foreman, but let's try another projectile weapon. Let me see, what would be another decent projectile weapon to test this with? Argonac! No one likes the Argonac. Let's punch through. Fuck. Never mind. Nagantaka. Loads of people like the Nagantaka, but I just don't use it. And good, I've got a testing build here. Doesn't appear to have a punch through stat. If I double check by getting punched through, maybe this will be okay for us. Let's get some base damage on there just so it actually does something. Okay. Body shot, 23. Of course we put in bleed straight away. Why not? And again. Well, this thing is good at making enemies bleed. Who knew? It was Garuda's weapon. Why wouldn't it? But 23 base damage. Or 54 on crit. 1 for 14. Now this is... Oops, he died. Oops. So it's... Okay. Is it just hit scan weapons? Bratton. How could I possibly go wrong with a Bratton? Didn't mean to do that. Okay. 20s, 57s. No, 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 surely not. 10 seals, or excess 10 seals, extra small 10 seals. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that exactly, but 10 seals, all the same. Thank you very much for subscribing at tier 1. Appreciate your support as I lose my mind once again. Cheers on that. So, I'm hitting 115 non-crit. Yeah. 323, 877. Oh my god. Yeah, the Foreman might be classed as a certain weapon type and getting a certain bonus. D put some weird classifications in places, trust me. So it might be a projectile versus hit scan versus wide body, something like... D do all kinds of weird stuff. Honestly, it really messes with me how much weird shit they put into this game when we just try to figure it out. Badzer, you're a hit scan. Let's see what happens with you. With just heavy caliber and magnum serration. Just have some damage bonus. Have I tried a bow? I will try that in a bit. We should be able to use this one. He's not dead yet. Yeah, we should be able to get away with this one. $485 at the base there. 1,109. Bazza gets the bonus. Yikes. Okay, right then. Let's try... Well, someone suggested a beam weapon. Let's grab me Observe here. Do I have a testing build for it? I don't know what this build was supposed to be. Is this maximum status or something? Whatever, I don't like it. I'm deleting it. Yay. Let's just go on some Hornet Strike. Okay. It's going to have ramp up. Damage ramp up is going to be annoying, but we'll try. I'll just not remove the arm so I can shoot them by it. Yeah, I'm seeing 36 yellow crits there. Alright. 77. 77. 77. It's just 77. So a laser beam seems consistent. Oh, of course, the ability runs out. Why 2 arcane slots? It's a kit gun, so it has the Seal Path Arcane and it has the kit gun Arcane. Wait. Oh, was that a headshot? That was counting as a headshot, wasn't it? Right, that's why that was happening. Okay. The Essentials, love your videos. Happy to see you streaming too. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Existentials. I don't... I see your username now. I see it. Existentials. But there was no way I was going to get that. That is a crossword puzzle to me right there. Crossword puzzles in newspapers have always been just something I could not approach. That's it right there. I see it, but at the same time, bro, I was never going to get that. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it all the same. Alright. Look at that. Headshot 217, Crystal 77. So the laser beam's not getting the bonus, and projectiles are not getting the bonus. Let's try the bow. AoEs just don't hit it at all. Let's try the bow. Let's bring out everyone's favourite bow, Paris Prime. I know you prefer the Nataro, but Paris Prime. Let's grab this build. This build should be safe to just mess around with. Let's get some damage bonus on here. You know what? I'm going to put it on the wrong polarity just to fuck with y'all. Okay. God damn this game. So, full charge, 254. Cool, cool. And that is a yellow crit, 254. 127. 508 on the red crit here, and if I put it on the that. What? Why is it not red critting? Okay, that's funky too, but why was that not red critting? Jazz hands, but was I no, I wasn't clipping the hand. That was definitely just Chris. I would like to submit a bug report. I got nothing, chat. I have absolutely nothing on this one. Oh. Remember when we thought there wasn't any weirdness for Citrine? Yeah, I thought setting your crit chance to 300%, not raising it by 300%, additive, multiplicative, absolute, any of that. Setting it, I thought setting your crit chance was weird, but DE found ways to make it weirder. Try the Archoplasmor? No, I refuse at this point. Fine, we'll do the Archoplasmor. Fine. Fine. I'll use the normal Archoplasmor because you didn't say Tenet. Oh yeah, I remember this. Plus spread, minus spread, and realizing that it didn't add up correctly. Because how normal accuracy 9.1, if we reduce the spread more than we increase it, the accuracy should improve. 9.1 currently, reduce the spread, increase the spread, the accuracy gets worse. I love that. Thank you, Warframe. When you improve your spread more than you reduce it, it still gets worse. That was fun, wasn't it? I was just using Paris Prime? Yeah, I was using Paris Prime for the bow test. Try beam weapon with multi-shot. I'm not even getting onto beam multi-shot stuff because that's just a whole other bag of issues. You know the issues, I know the issues. We're not even touching those issues. No. Right. Archoplasmor. How much health you got left? That should be enough. It might not be enough. Let's get a new guy. This one's gonna die. Karakop. Cheers. God has nothing to do with this interaction. That's one way of putting it, yeah. Alright then. Elite Stupid Lancer. You take that amount of damage. That's fine. Smack. 1814. 4920. Nope, the damage bonus happens to the Archoplasmor. But it's a projectile. But it's a projectile. Could it have been headshot multiplier? No, it was not headshot multiplier. Although this is really inconsistent. There we go. Okay, right then. So, to wrap up, for those of you who are not quite following what's going on here, Citrine's 4, I did not mean to do that. Citrine's 4 sets your crit chance to 300%, okay? Citrine's 4 sets your crit chance to 300%. On top of this, it boosts the damage by 116%. But that was supposed to be in caps, but we're already in caps. No, it's in low caps. Let's roll with it. But despite this, only on some weapons. Only on the top of the crystal. And with no goddamn reason why. Affected weapons includes wide bodies. So that's things like the Fulmin on Semi and the Archiplasmor. It affects hit scans like the Tenora, Bratton, Hind, and Fulmin again, but this time on auto. Not affected includes projectiles. So that is the what was it? Yeah. Not affected projectiles, so that is including the Boltor we tested that on. And what was the other projectile weapon I tested it on? Nagantaka, thank you. Nagantaka. Beams. We tested on the Gaze Kit gun. Why do I use Notepad for taking notes? Why do I use the Notepad for taking notes? Beats me. No idea. Could never figure that one out. I should probably use the calculator for taking notes. I am the math guy after all. Is this the weirdest interaction I've ever had with a Frames kit? It's right the way up there. Varuna really threw me, but this I literally cannot explain. That's all good, Asm. You got there. Okay, so... Oh yeah, and weirder still... Paris Prime didn't red crit sometimes. Because most people use Word. That takes long to open. It has all kinds of stuff all around the page and whatnot. This is just text on a screen. I've just minimized stuff. I hate that feature in Windows. I hate that feature. When you slightly shake a window, it's like, oh, you want me to minimize everything else? No, don't do that, Windows. I've got to find a way to disable that. Anyway. We see stock Notepad, not Notepad++. Well, you see, I was educated as a geologist, not as a programmer. And therefore, I use the basics. I'm going to be that guy in 30 years' time, still using the outdated stuff and yet somehow still getting the job done. Everyone's going to be like, bro, just use this, it's better. I'm like, yeah, but I know this. Also, I know more than you. That's what I'm going to be in 30 years. We know it. Bruno was hidden but relatively sensible. Bruno was hidden? I don't know about the relatively sensible. It was calculable. We could figure out what Varuna was doing, but Varuna, there's a reason I had to spend so much time explaining her in the video I made for Varuna. Geologist or Citrine should be right down my alley. You'd think that, wouldn't you? But now look what she's doing to me. Now look what she's doing. The shaky camera is really adding to this. Oh, yeah. I've learned more by banging rocks together than understanding this. Did they change Bruno after I put out the video too? Probably. I'll be honest, it's all a blur. It's all a blur. Maybe adding punch to weapons to see how they behave. You know what? Sure, why not? Let's give that a whirl. Let's see what happens when we just try to break it. Let's start with the Bratton. Again, the Bratton got weird. So let's give it more weird. We don't need that on there. We can grab ourselves some punch through. There we go. So let's start with Bratton. That guy's nearly dead. Let me just get a new one. Recast this. We get 27 up here, only 10 down there. So the punch through didn't change it. We're still getting that bonus that we shouldn't be getting. And it's even higher on the Bratton for some reason. Screw you, die. Warframe should hire you to test these things. They wouldn't pay me enough. They wouldn't pay me enough, Yaltra. That's the simple fact on that. Because video game testing is nowhere near as fun as making videos. Nowhere near as fun. Nowhere near as interesting. Nowhere near as engaging. I wouldn't be able to do the streams, do the background stuff I do over on Patreon. By the way, check that out. I wouldn't be able to make the videos that I make. I wouldn't be able to work at the schedule I work on. if I was working for DE on just testing. Video game testing is not what I intend to do as a full-time job. No, they wouldn't be able to pay me enough to hire me for that. Do I have any clue if Citrine's ult applies to everyone in range or a certain number of enemies? It should be everyone in range. It should be everyone in range. It is a cone in front of you, and you do leap forwards a bit when you cast it, so be aware of that. Yeah, it got all 20 of them, so it's as good as everyone if it's not everyone, but it's everyone. Why is that? Oh yeah, okay. D should give you an unperformer for every bug you find. I would have a lot of unperformers. I would have a lot of unperformers. That's a wide cone. I think it's 180 degree. I would like to say it's 180 degrees. If I try and do this just right. Yeah, that went right across to the left and right there. So that definitely got all of them. We'll wait for that to time out. And then I'll do another cast, put a bit more forwards. I turned that slightly, but yeah, you can see this guy didn't get affected. I turned slightly, but a couple of them avoided it. So yeah, it's 180 degrees. There's a cone, but it's more of a semicircle, really. We call it a cone, but a cone that extends that far around, it's a hemisphere at that point. It's a hemisphere. It is also, yeah, it's LOS, isn't it? Yeah. If we do this here, you see that we only got a smattering of them. The rest of them weren't affected, even though they were definitely in range. So it has got line of sight, and we know that Simulacrum line of sight is funky. Simulacrum line of sight is just funky. The range on this, that's 49 meters there. What's the default I have on the build I built? 43.5. That's, okay. So if I go to, like, here and need more energy, excuse me, 1 sec. Yoink. Considering that's going out to the sides as well, that's one hell of a range on it. That got all the way to back. That got absolutely everyone except for these two that were in cover. Can her 4 hit enemies above or below her? Well, I mean, that seems to be pretty conclusive on the above. Wasn't that much above, but yeah. Can I cast this from here without falling off? There you go. Yep, below as well. It is a hemisphere. It is slow. It is very slow to get there. Everything about this frame is slow. It's the geological theme, but still. Everything about this frame is slow. Except for that. That's quick. It's pretty effective. So yeah, you've got a huge AoE. That's only with a single 45% range mod as well. The base range is still 30 meters. That is colossal. Right, to compare, we've got Atlas's Petrify. Let's see, because Atlas's Petrify is similar. It's only a 60 degree rather than reaching all the way around. And the base range on that is only 14 meters. It's instant cast in comparison, or near enough instant. But 14 meters versus 30, that's one hell of a difference. Is the geode speed affected by anything? That's a good question. I don't know if I'd want to test that. Let's narrow mind this and see if I can get it to be really slow whilst I'm close to them. Is it affected by range? I'm just ignoring the crystals now. They're stupid. No, that's the same speed. Maybe casting speed increases geode speed? Let's give that a whirl. I can't tell if that was faster or not. I would have to check that carefully. So I don't know on that one. It's probably a set speed. It's probably, but it might be faster. Let's take those off. Do it again. I was about here. I'm gonna do it from this spot here. Took a while to get to the back there. Okay. It might be faster with cast speed. Yeah, it might actually be faster with it. Which gives even more reason to use cast speed if that's the case then. Let's get back to that spot. Yep. I don't know. I'm not certain. If it is different, it's tough to say. It might be slightly faster, but that might just be a case of the actual cast animation being faster, let alone the crystal traveling. If I take off the cast speed, get back to that same spot again, right there. No, I don't think there is a speed difference on that. I don't think there is a speed difference on that. If there is a difference, it's not one that's worth noticing. But still, casting speed is great, because without casting speed, so much stuff takes so long on that. This is, by the way, I'm casting without casting speed mods right now, but I still have an amber shard for 25% speed. So casting speed is still quite important on this frame. Like, 2 amber shards, 3 amber shards. Hell, if you want to go for a couple Tau Forged or more, I would understand. More than that, you're probably looking into diminishing returns. But 1 or 2 shards on her would not go amiss whatsoever. This whole business with the damage bonus on the 4 is really doing my head in. This... Okay, can I have one that's not on the head, please, for demonstration? Yeah, this. 27, yeah, if I hit there, 10, yeah, if I hit here, 4. Because this bit, the big part of the crystal, just does more, so much more, than the what's it, the base of it. And then the hitbox is also funky. There it's hitting just fine on that hitbox. There, now it's missing. This 4th ability, these damn crystals are really doing my head in. It might be ignoring armor when hitting parts of the body that isn't the body. We tested that, it's not that, King Device. No, this is happening even when they are completely unarmored. I stripped it with an Iroh, still happens. You kind of want Citrine now to use Cuban Nucor? Oh, yeah. We all want to see that again. We all definitely want to see that again. Let's at least do you all that benefit, that favor. When we go, stomp. Oh yes, those red crits are juicy. I mean, the gun is just good anyway, but yeah. Why did they make it that way? Do you think it was intentional? I don't know. Like, you can't just put that in. Maybe because of Simulacrum? No, we tested it outside Simulacrum, Korokop. I took it to a spy mission, got the same result. Took it to an exterminate mission on a different planet. Got the same result there solo. I took it where someone else had Citrine. I used a completely different Warframe. Same result again. All the same result. It kept on happening. I say same result, same effect, different exact number of results. The percentage difference varied between 116% and 138%. It varied, but my god. What's the difference again between Nucor and Citrine outside of ammo versus battery? The Citrine doesn't have the 5x crit multiplier. So it has more crit chance, but terrible crit multiplier. Crit chance you can get in loads of places, crit multiplier you can't. Which is what holds back the Citrine a lot. Yo, Quintus, giving out 4 subs here to the community. Quintus, I really do appreciate that. Going out to Fork, to Moon, to Garugas, and to Tallpaul. Quintus, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Cheers on that, indeed. The king is back. That's absolutely, yeah, Karakup, absolutely. Quintus, thank you very much on that, mate. Hope you're doing well as well. Hope you're doing well. Just checking in, did every weapon get the 116% damage bonus, or was it just the Tenora? It was varied. It was varied. So the Tenora, what's the stats? Where are the info? Yeah, the Tenora we measured 116%. The Foreman with minimal modding got 138%. But when I had more mods on it, it came down to around about the 116. My Kuva Hind was doing 130, but that's again with minimal modding. I noticed that the Bratton was going from 10 to 27, which is... well, that's 170%. So it seems like the lower the damage, the higher the bonus that seems to be happening. I can't. I don't get it. What? I don't get it. It's just, yeah. Yeah. And of course, unique hidden status effect with the enlarged body parts effect. True, yeah, there is that. Genuine tried. Yeah. Quintus, say some mercy for finding another Warframe thing on stream. Well, thank you, Quintus. I really do appreciate it. Absolutely. These things are taxing to try and go through. Because, like, you guys, you get to watch, and you're like, what the hell is this? And then you go back to playing Warframe. Meanwhile, I have to figure out, okay, can I even talk about this in a video? Because by the time I put out the video, will they have changed it? Or will they change it shortly after the video? What can I tell you guys in a video? Would Equilibrium be good on Citrine? Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Can she pick up health orbs indefinitely? I don't know about that. Let's try. Oh, Sim Fiber's going to do it indefinitely. Never mind. Let me just quickly remove that. Well, I'll pick him up indefinitely if the passive breaks, yeah. The passive is not going up because Simulacrum Bug. Oh, we do reach a limit. Yeah, so you can't pick up health orbs forever with Citrine. She stops at 200 health orbs. After that, you need some other thing to trigger to cause her to pick up health orbs. But still, she is amazing with Equilibrium. Equilibrium, use of the Fracture Blast here, completely replace the need to generate energy any other way. It's wonderful. I do recommend that. Because, like, this with this particular setup here, 111% chance of guaranteed health orb, maybe an extra one by the looks of it. Haven't tested to see if I get doubles, but potentially. But even if it's just one per enemy guaranteed, that means per enemy hit by this, that's 50 energy. It doesn't even take 50 energy to cast. Actually, 55 energy if you max this out. I've got less than 50. I'd get 35 energy per enemy, because I'm not using a fully ranked Equilibrium. You would want to use a better rank 1 with Forming. This isn't finished. Most of Citrine is fine. This ability is fine. This ability makes sense. It does what it should. This ability is almost perfect. The only issue I have with it is that it doesn't have an audio cue when it times out. Or, no, wrong. It has an audio cue. That audio cue is absolutely terrible and blends in with the rest of the kit. Don't do that. So it needs a better audio cue when it runs out. Otherwise, this ability is fine. This ability, bit confusing in its application and how exactly it does what it does, but it does its job. So this is a great ability. I like it. It has its place both in lower levels because of the damage and in high levels because of the status priming effect that it has. This ability, major crowd control. The cast is weird as well as long. I'm not a fan of that. And the duration on it is a bit low for what it does. The crystal's nice idea, but the execution has me really just... What? So, I would go so far as to say you might want a different crowd control ability on her. Despite the high range stats on this, it's a very costly ability on a frame which is wanting or happy to dump efficiency overall anyway. It's slow to cast and doesn't last very long. And the damage bonus is nice to have, but also... You think preserved shells should have a duration? Not a toggle? It shouldn't have a duration, but just have a toggle? Both are valid. Both are valid. being a duration, you can still gain energy from energy over time sources, so there is that side to it. How well does it scale duration-wise? Well, same as any other duration ability. It starts at a base of 8 seconds is the point. To give some comparison on that, Equinox's Rest and Rage, the Rest ability, has a base duration of 22 seconds. Ivara's Sleep Arrow has a base duration of 10 seconds, still higher than the 8, and that's on a first ability. If we take something a little bit higher, we go for example, on Vauban. Vauban's Vortex has a base duration of 15, so nearly double what we've got on Citrine. 8 seconds is a very short time. How long is Ash's invisibility? Yeah, there we are. The base duration of Ash's invisibility is 8 seconds. So Citrine's ultimate ability lasts as long as Ash's smokescreen for the same duration bonus. There you go. As I'm saying, Arcane Eruption is probably the best CC she's got. Arcane Eruption could work, yeah. You're not wrong on that, Zom. Okay, dear, have you already check how many hours take to farm all new defense, Arcane Warframe hours? Yeah, there's a video on it. Check my YouTube channel. Already put the video out. I wouldn't normally be able to get them out that quick, but, well, I managed to. Life aligned that I could just pour all my time into that one this time. Where it's not just a crowd control. Yeah, it's not just a crowd control. It has got the crit thing going onto it, but it still has a number of drawbacks to it, including, sure, you got the crit, but if they come out of the ability sooner, it kind of undermines the whole timing. So, I would like to see it cast and travel faster, to be quite honest with you. And then some explanation as to what the hell is going on with the mouth. You've got to remember, this is also a line of sight ability, yeah, as Zom points out. Rhino Stomp kind of shits on this one. Point of reference, I've got the duration here set to how long? I've got the duration set to 12.4 seconds. So when I cast it, do we get the full 12.4? Yeah. It takes time to spread, but the enemies, they come out a bit. After 12.4 seconds, don't they? Yeah. But still, that's... it does feel shorter than it has any need to be. Like, going to Zom's current favourite of Rhino Stomp here. Rhino Stomp, radius 25 rather than 30, so it's... it is a little bit smaller radius. However, it's an AoE rather than a hemisphere, so you've got double the application. No line of sight check, so massively increased application. The duration is, however, the same, though. Yeah. The duration is the same on that Zom. It's comparable to Rhino Stomp. Comparable, I'd say. You trade off the application of behind you in line of sight in favor of the crystals for extra damage, which... don't know if that sells it to me. I don't know if that sells it to me. Did I test punch through the crystal? Can a bullet go through crystal? Can bullet go through the crystal? That's a good question. I have got punch through at the moment, so I can do that test. Can the bullet go through the crystal and hit someone behind? Let's see. Where can I line this up for a good test? This one here. Yeah, that is hitting the guy behind. Yeah. So you can punch through the crystal, yeah. Okay. Citrine's in a good spot. She's not perfect. Audio cue on that. Casting on that. An explanation as to what the hell is happening with the crystals. 9 out of 10 DE. 9 out of 10. As for the farm is long. The farm is fair, but the farm is long. Let's be honest now. For getting a Warframe, that is a long farm. Alright, I just realized that we have definitely gone over time, chat. So, that means I think it's about time we do a Platinum giveaway. If you have not yet grabbed yourself a ticket, exclamation mark ticket in the chat, give yourself a chance to win it. To find out if you're going to be the winner of a little bit of extra Platinum. Let's face it, that can get you a Warframe slot, that can get you the Orokin Reactor, Orokin Catalyst, got on your new weapons. It is nice to have a little bit of a bonus there, I would say so myself. If you've already grabbed a ticket, don't type it in again. The bot will tell you too many tickets, you've already got one. One per person, anyone can win it, any platform can win it. I'll give you guys just a moment to grab that there whilst the chat gets completely filled with this. Happens every time. Oh, we've even successfully rate limited the bot on messages. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is also why I keep it open during the entire stream, to try and reduce the number of messages right at the end for tickets, but I didn't mention it often enough today. The bot will be back in a moment. Let's see, is it still picking up the tickets? Card Shock just went in. Card Shock is in. Field of Catstroke was the one before that. Let's just check here. Yep, that got picked up. Let's see. Other names. Statue, Water Hornet, Deathridge. It is... Alright, the bot's rate limited, but it is picking up all those tickets still. That's good. New follow alert since when? Since Wednesday, I think I put it in. I think I put it on Wednesday, Korokop. I think it's nice to have. Yeah, let me know. Cal saying, would probably help to have a small thing on the stream saying to type that in. I mean, I do have the exclamation mark raffle in the title. If someone can't see the title and go, oh, there's a raffle. I mean, and then there's the fact that people are claiming tickets throughout the stream as well. So if you're not looking at the title and you're not looking at the chat, I don't know. I don't know. Like, Yeah, Korokop, just to explain on the D1A there, DE give a number of creators, including myself, early access to a lot of content in this game when they release it. So I'll just show you guys here exactly what we got on that one. The DE gave me access to Citrine, Prex, Steflos, Corofel, the Sugatra. I never use Sugatras, but there we are. The Alt Helmet, the Belric and Rania Reunited, which you saw in the thumbnail. They give me access to the Augments and a single one of each of the Arcanes, as well as these couple of other bits here or there, for me to demonstrate for you guys. They give me access to that to make it where there's one less hurdle to bring in the content to you lot. And in case you're wondering, this is how the thumbnail was made. This is how I did it. So yeah, that's what the day one access is. That's enabling creators like myself to bring you this content sooner and spending less time having to just farm it just for the case of demonstrating it. Water on it saying, still trying to farm Citrine. Is it me or do the drops seem low? Got Varuna about 2 days of not even dedicated gameplay. The timing is about the same, I think it is. In between Varuna and Citrine, the timing is about the same, but Varuna, the material grind is higher. Much higher. So Citrine is faster than Varuna, definitely. But Citrine is still a long farm. Alright. I think we've given everyone enough time to grab tickets there. If you haven't already grabbed it, then tough. The stream's been going for more than 3 hours. If you're not grabbing a ticket right now, you clearly weren't watching or paying attention. So let's see who is going to be the winner of today's Platinum Raffle. Only one of you will be. There is nearly 100 people in the draw. Let's stop that thing right now. And the winner today is Tactic Mania. Tactic Mania. In fact, you were one of the last people to get in on that. I see it just here. Where was that one? You were just... Were you when the... Yeah, you were there when the bot decided to stop responding to people. So Tactic Mania, congratulations. One of the last tickets to enter, and it's the winner for you right there. So Tactic Mania, I'll be sending you a message shortly here on Twitch to get a hold of your Warframe username and platform. We'll get this platinum sent on over to you. Congratulations on that one there. Like I say, literally anyone can win. Doesn't matter, even if this is one of your first times here. I'm assuming that is one of your first. Let's see, how many tickets has Tactic Mania claimed on this channel? You've claimed 4. There we are. 4th time's the charm. There we are then. Alright then. Unfortunately though, chat, that, as you might expect, is about time where we need to wrap it up. If you haven't already hit the follow button, I mean, obviously do that. It's free. Why wouldn't you? But we now need to be raiding on over to another part of the Warframe community. That's what we always do at the end of a Warframe stream. We find someone else playing Warframe, and we go make their day a little bit brighter by saying hi from all of us here. And I want you, every single one of you, to join in on this. I don't care if you go through the raid, say hi, and then immediately leave. That's fine. But I want every single one of you to join this raid to make it as big as possible for whoever we're going to head on over to. Let me see who we are going to raid today. I even have access to the ticket count. Well, I can quickly check the messages, Max and Madge. If someone has not sent many messages, then I can see how many times they've said ticket, can't I? If someone has said a bajillion messages, then I'm not going to go through and count. Who won the raffle? That was, let's just remind, where's the button? There it is. Tactic Mania. That was who won. Alright, let's see. Who are we going to raid today? We've got Pupska. Pupska's live. We could go to them. I'm not recognizing much of any other names on here. Yeah, Pupska's the only name I recognize. Shall we go to Pupska, chat? Shall we go to Pupska today? What are we thinking about that? It's either Pupska or we go to prize someone entirely different. Someone who would never expect this to come. I'm seeing yeses on Pupska. Yep. Pupska it is. Easy decision. Let's go. Alright, there we are. That is active now. We're going to be raiding on over to Pupska. I want you to be on your very, very best behavior, chat. Let's go show Pupska's community what you guys are all about. And in a very good way. If you've got access to them, let's see those spinny drones as we go on over. That is all from me. I will be live again on Wednesday for some more Warframe. Who knows? I might have a full aneurysm next time trying to figure this game out. I do hope you enjoy these streams, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.